So, Plug,
Okay,
did you
we're
take
going.
those 2 weeks to get that music set up again?
Nope. So, last time,
Rip.
Well, slap
uh,
my biscuits and color me not surprised.
Okay, now
that's hurtful. I was sick.
what
Get off
color
my,
is
get off my case.
green? Yellow?
So last time in Renascence, it's been a couple of weeks here. After a few days of reconnaissance and planning, the party was finally ready to spring their trap on Willem Grimes, who'd been harrying them for far too long. While most of the party waited for Vander Secundo of the Gatewatch in the alleyways nearby, Barnaby and a disguised John made their way into Aloran's workplace, the Teapot Smokehouse, in order to blend in with the neighborhood locals and stay close by for when the action started. The majority of Aloran's shift was spent in a private room upstairs, pretending at entertainment, while the rest of the group kept watch out the window. Late in the night, they glimpsed a bird circling high overhead, but lost track of it as Aloran's shift neared its close. Taking to the streets, John and Barnaby walked ahead while Aloran hung back, doing her best to look apprehensive. And sure enough, Willem was waiting in an alley on her way home. And Aloran did her best to solve for time while the party quietly got into position. As Willem neared, with energy crackling in his hands, ready to fire, John came plummeting down from a rooftop and landed on top of Willem, pinning him to the ground. The two watchers quickly closed in and began the attack, while Burberry threw up a bubble of silence to shut down Willem's magic. Finally, having her chance at revenge, Aloran shifted into a bear and tore Willem's head from his shoulders, killing him in a shower of blood. As the party regrouped around the corpse, Sergeant Aaron appeared from the shadows, having hidden and ready to fire when an opening appeared. The group noted that they caught some onlookers down the street, having executed a man on a main road, and Aaron surmised correctly that the local authorities would be there soon, and made ready to present the watch's case. The party elected to stand by her, though Burberry saw fit to make himself scarce. Within a few minutes, a couple groups independently approached the scene. A group of civilians, led by a Mr. Berkeley and Miss Kieran, calling themselves the Eyes of Tyr, as well as the Sheriff Crothdaton Camerth and a cadre of his deputies, uh, all approached the group wanting answers. The party backed up Aaron's case, and while plainly sensing the Eyes of Tyr's distaste for the watch, they were able to satisfy the sheriff enough to be permitted to return to the Green Keep for the night, promising to remain available for questioning the next day. And question he did. The sheriff showed up the next morning around noon, and the party again filled him in on their history with Willem and their relationship with the watch, while expertly skirting the less flattering details of their story. Their answers seemed to satisfy him, and the sheriff offered his condolences and reassurances that they likely wouldn't hear any more from him as he worked to wrap up his report of the incident. Additionally, John received a reply from Bram regarding the situation with Folk and the White Cartel, and the party began thinking on their next step of the journey and their long term plans. And one thing I realized I didn't write down, Barnaby was approached while he was fishing after the incident by a woman claiming to represent the Central Division of Investigation, and said that her superior would like to speak with him and his party. So
Yep, I got a card.
you did. So are there any questions before we get back to it? Because it has been a minute.
Is it a written or a typed card?
It's a good question. What's the quality of it?
Let me just find that American Psycho fucking meme. Uh, it's a very nice looking business card. It's printed eggshell white with a matte finish, slightly embossed.
This person clearly has a lot of money.
A nice business
Yes.
card.
So were we all in the room when Noelle was bullshitting her way through the interview?
Everyone except for John was there. John decided he was going to go work his blacksmithing apprenticeship instead. And the sheriff honestly didn't seem to notice that he was gone. By the time you guys wrapped up, he seemed like he was just ready to be done and move on with this case. So it was everyone but John was there. And at this point, it's now like mid-afternoon, like 3 to 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. And the sheriff has just left you guys. So
All right.
Any questions? No questions?
I think
Bueno?
I'm good.
All right. As you guys are sort of collecting yourself after this thorough debriefing,
Excuse me, I kept my pants quite on.
okay.
You know what? Session's off.
In 2 weeks, I come back for this. I can't do this. Totally derailed me. Holy shit. What was that? I had a thought. What was it? Okay. No, I remember now. There is going to be a knock at the door to this sort of side room that you guys are using. And one of the keep's guards is going to kind of poke his head in. Like, oh, there you guys are. There's someone out here to see you all. I think he's a reporter.
I guess we should go talk to them. Do you want to talk to them, Lauren? You're muted, by the way.
I'm sorry, I accidentally cast silence again. That's on me. I'm sorry.
It
I'll
just slipped
forgive
out.
you this one time. No.
Should
Not
any of
really.
us go talk to them?
I can just tell him that you're not available for comment if you don't want to talk.
Do you know this reporter? What paper do they represent?
I don't recognize him. He says he's a junior reporter with the Freeport Chronicle. I mean, he's got the credentials. I've Strat DeLaplin. Do you guys know that name?
Nope.
I'll just go see what he wants. I'd rather try and prevent any spin if possible.
Okay, sure.
I guess I'll go with Noel just in case.
Should I show him in here, or do you guys want to just meet him up
We'll
front?
just go out front real quick.
Okay, yeah, sure. The guard will just walk with you back to the front door, and standing down at the bottom of the steps at street level, there is this young, blue-skinned humanoid figure. He's got short-cut dark hair and these sort of solid-colored, gleaming, white, almost off-white, kind of bluish eyes. And he's dressed in fairly nice, like, work clothes. Like they're not like well-to-do necessarily, but they're cut formally, if a little maybe out of style. He's got like a nice jacket and slacks.
Does he remind us of? Sorry, does he remind us of the Dalkin at all?
No, he's definitely got a nose.
Nose confirmed.
He's got a nose. He looks more humanoid, like human. He's just got blue skin and solid,
And
like
what did the guy say his
white
name
blue
was?
eyes. Strat was his name. Was the name he was given.
Okay.
And stepping outside, the guard will say, "Here they are. I'll just be over here if you need me." And Strat comes to attention. He kind of perks up and looks up at you all. And he says, "Oh, good to see all of you. Okay, excellent. This is great. Hi, Stratosphere DeLaplin with the Freeport Chronicle. Good to meet all of you." And he very quickly
Freeport
extends a
what?
hand to shake.
Freeport Chronicle. I'll shake his hand.
Okay.
Wait, DeLaplin?
Yes, DeLaplin.
Wait, did we all go? I thought it was just being Lauren.
No, I'm just asking for spelling.
Oh, okay.
D''Laplaine.
Why, hello.
DeLaplane. Alright, continue. Sorry.
Any boy. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I was told that the individuals, the freelancers who were working with the Watch last night during their exciting takedown, were staying here. That's your group, correct?
Oh, you found two of us.
All right. Are the rest of your party indisposed, unavailable for comment?
They're busy at the moment.
Fair enough. All right. He takes a quick note down. I just want to say I am very excited to be heading this story. First big expose, personally. So hoping to do
Well,
you guys some
congratulations.
justice.
Oh god.
Thank you. I've heard a lot of things about how last night played out. Been talking to witnesses all morning, but I figured now that I know what you guys were the ones to do it, you're the ones to talk to. So, if I could ask, what happened last night in your own words?
I'm gonna remain silent. I'm gonna let Noel speak.
Wait, but if you talk, I can get advantage.
Okay, I will.
I was gonna look to
Whatever
Lauren
the
to see how she wanted to start it at the very least,
Oh god.
because you're the one who could theoretically have this spun against you if you're not careful.
Okay. I'm gonna. This is not actually what Lauren's gonna say, but I'm like, oh, it started with ripping the head off of a man that touches people in their sleep. Okay. No.
I feel like Lord.
Serial
would just
molester
interject.
decapitated in the streets.
That is a hell of an expose to get for your big break.
No one loses any sleep. No, scratch that.
Man, I don't know.
Freeport sleeps soundly now that serial molester has been decapitated.
I can start if you
No.
want. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I was there for support.
I'll just say, well,
Freeport comments, who the fuck was that guy?
I don't know what you all have heard, but we were just hired by the CIA to investigate a missing person, and it turned out that there was a bit of a cult that we stumbled upon with this Willem, who was potentially...
Cult.
Well, I guess not, a cult is not the right word. Just a demon worshipper, a single demon worshipper. The Willem.
He doesn't have any other cultists working with him.
I don't
You believe this was
think
an isolated incident?
There was like an armored creature in his prison, but I don't think that was like a person. I don't know.
At a prison.
You don't have many
Very
details,
quickly
do you?
taking notes.
Yeah. Okay. So we found out this Willem was kidnapping people and tracked him back to this prison, and we broke out Mr. Folk Claybrook and barely escaped with our lives. And
Harrowing.
it was. We discovered while
Any
we were
details
there.
about this prison?
Yes, there was like a sacrifice pit. I didn't see that part, but I know Lauren did.
He looks just so excited to be here, like writing all of this down feverishly.
Wait, let me flip back to
Sacrifice pit.
that.
Could you describe it for me?
I'm going into my notes. 1 second. Okay, altar room with a fur berry.
What back does your association with this Mr. Grimes go exactly?
Oh, do you want the description, or do I have to say the description?
Yeah, which question do you want to answer?
Okay. Sacrifice pit, then follow-up question about Mr. Grimes. Pit, please.
So there was a sacrifice door that required a blood offering.
Ooh.
It was real sketchy.
Oh, sinister.
Yep. And then there was this creepy flower stone thing.
Power stone.
And then there was like a deep pit around the altar with fumes rising out of it, and a ton of body parts in there.
And the stone, that's good about the body parts. The stone though, that's a flower, you said?
Yeah, it's
Is it
like
like a face or like
it was just
like
a
a
stylized
monster?
flower, and every petal was with angular vines. And at the center of the flower, there was a peak.
I could probably dress that. Do you mind if I dress that up a little bit? That's just a little kind of against the whole image of this, evil sacrifice body parts thing. Well, it's insignificant, but it'll sell. He's just gonna make a note in his notebook. Returning to the question about Mr. Grimes, how far back does this go with him exactly? That you've been
We did not know this
dealing
man
with him?
before we
Right,
discovered
no,
folk.
but you said that you sprung this folk playbook from a prison, and this how long ago was this?
Two weeks
think
ago,
like
a week
2
and a
weeks.
half, something like that.
Yeah.
Just a matter of weeks, you guys found this cultist holding people in a secret prison with a sacrificial altar and a terrible lost god presiding over the whole thing.
Please tell me we're not adopting a reporter pet. That would be the worst.
Well, I'm just so
Is there
fascinated by you
more
guys.
Witcher similarities? Is this another bard that sings the stories of our tales?
I was gonna say maybe we need this bard to keep our tales.
We have one at the party, so
So you freed this folk and barely escaped with your lives. I take it then that this Mr. Grimes pursued you to Freeport.
Yes, when
Given
we
that
had
you're-
folk in tow, we headed north. We knew Freeport was the closest place, and we knew that the Gatewatch might be interested in the kind of demon summoning activity that he might have been involved in.
Yes, they would be, although they unfortunately were not willing to make a comment of their own.
Do they usually?
No.
That sounds right.
They generally don't like to talk to us, which is unfortunate. I feel like, they're not a very well understood brotherhood here in Freeport. Not much is actually known about them. I've heard lots of rumors, but nothing confirmed. Just, the isolated slaying like this in the streets, which is crazy.
We didn't really know what to think when we went to them, but honestly, they were very receptive.
Very
So
helpful.
Receptive, helpful.
Very
Okay.
nice.
yeah, I do not know why they get such a bad rap.
Interesting. So the Gatewatch then you went to them, and they offered to take this Mr. Grimes bounty, I guess. Would you call it a bounty? I guess you didn't pay them.
No transaction
For
was
this-
made. We just
No,
had
this
a
is just
mutual
what they do,
enemy all
isn't
of a
it?
sudden.
Right. Okay. So two unlikely allies coming together.
Lauren's gonna like chuckle and then cough a little bit, trying to cover it up, just like, and then
The sound of his pen like scratching into his notebook is like almost too loud to even for him to notice.
Okay.
It's just constant.
I'm sorry, just that one like line. No, it was too much for her. She had to chuckle a little bit.
And so you confronted this Mr. Grimes last night in the streets, not too far from the intersection of Temple and Market, 13th Street, I think it was. He's flipping through pages. Yes. Okay. So how did this play out exactly? Did you sort of like call him out? Was it like a duel at sundown sort of a thing? Oh, I guess not sundown, at midnight, or was this more of a was he assailing some locals that you were able to kind of step in after hearing their cries for help?
We had reason to believe he was going to attempt to attack our good friend Aloran.
Aloran.
This one.
Oh, Aloran. Hello, Aloran. Pleasure to meet you. Strat, the Lapland. Your full name is Aloran.
Yeah.
Do what?
Just the Lauren.
Sure, just Aloran. So he takes that down. So he was going to attack you. What was his interest in you? Why was he attacking?
He wanted information about folk.
Yeah, wanted information about folk,
That makes sense.
and I work a late night job, so I was the easiest person probably.
Where do you work?
Her job is not that interesting, I promise you.
It's not.
That's okay. Fair enough.
I'm a hooker.
I was like, oh god, this is going in a direction. This is going in a direction. Pull away.
I think
Local
now
hooker
would be
beheads man. That's not the headline we want.
They're naked.
It's kind of a great headline, though.
Oh god.
Local Hoger beheads Dark Wizard. Can I get a deception check from Noelle with advantage, because Lauren is helping, just to kind of control the flow of this conversation this far?
27.
Okay. Anyways, he's like, yeah, no, that's really not relevant to this whole thing. So he was going to attack you, and your response was
To attack
go.
him.
Fill in the blank.
To protect myself.
Right. So he was coming for you, and you decided to beat him to the punch. How'd it go down? What happened? I've spoken to some witnesses. They said they saw a man fall off a roof. They saw some individuals rushing out of an alley and start stabbing both of them. Somebody said they saw a bear, which I find very hard to believe. Tear this Mr. Grimes' head off of his shoulders.
Oh my god. I can't deal.
So I hope you can appreciate.
Oh my.
What the fuck did happen last night?
Oh my god.
Wait, I might have missed it. Did he say anything about John? Sky?
He said a man jumped off a roof.
Man fell off a
Okay.
roof.
Oh, fell off a roof.
They saw a man fall off a roof onto another man.
So sorry for ripping his head off. I regret it so much right now.
They saw two men run up an alley and start stabbing both of them. And someone said they saw a bear.
That was a
Maybe
very.
he works for a tabloid, please.
That was.
They
That was.
saw
No.
a bear appear and tear the man's head off.
Honestly, I don't think anyone would believe you if you reported what actually happened.
Well, that's why I'm coming to you, because I can't believe what they're telling me.
It's all
It's
strangely
madness.
accurate.
It's surprisingly accurate.
Is it really?
Yo.
Oh dear God. Okay, please clarify then, because I cannot make a timeline out of this for the life of me, and I could really use your help.
Honestly, the timeline was about 12 seconds.
It'll happen very fast. I tried to stall him while I waited for people to come help me.
So he confronted you alone in the street.
Well, he thought they were alone.
Right, so he was planning to get you, but you had secretly planned it. Okay, so like a double bind then.
Clever that way.
That is clever. He says this very earnestly. So you stalled for time, acting as the bait, which is what he expected, not suspecting you had planned to take him out. And then the falling man is he here? Is he available for comment?
I think he was
So we
rescued.
have John just be walking upright.
Yeah, John just walks out the door.
Yeah, John walks up the street from finishing up his day at the blacksmith, sitting shit all over his hands, and sees Lauren and Noelle, doing their best to keep straight faces as they talk to this.
He's right over
Young-
there, actually. John,
Oh,
would you care to
perfect.
comment on your roof dive?
John, my name is Strat DeLaplin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I heard you fell off a roof.
I look at my hands and I'm like, you probably don't want to shake hands right now.
Fist bump then.
Fist bump.
He'll dap you.
I will lightly fist bump as to not break his arm.
Thank you. You're very strong.
Well, I didn't fall. I dove.
It's intentional. Okay, that clarifies a lot,
Makes
actually.
a lot more sense.
It was
basically
nobody was able to hear anything. It's very strange. Everyone saw this, but they heard nothing of what was going on down the
so
way.
we knew he was a spellcaster, and we know from previous experience that he can teleport like a little bastard.
Ooh, that's exciting. He writes that down.
So our best option
Luckily,
was
no.
was to essentially grab onto him and stop him from teleporting.
So you dove at him from
I jumped
way
off
up.
the roof.
Okay. Very daring.
The Falling Man. That's
Very
the
daring.
title, is John the Falling Man. Anyway.
So, and at this point, the two assailants, I assume they weren't attacking you, then they were attacking this Mr. Grimes, which you had pinned to the ground.
Yes.
They...
With a Gatewatch.
He's flipping through Gatewatch. Yes, okay. So those two were members of the Gatewatch. They did not want to talk. So he flips back to his page. All right. So they came out, they assisted, and then the bear tore Mr. Grimes' head off.
Oh, we also had to stop him speaking, so somebody cast silence.
So you tore his head off, right? Oh, the spell first.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I suppose either would have worked.
I was about to say, tearing a man's head off would certainly stop him from speaking.
And then she turned into a bear and ripped his head off for some reason.
And I'll just say
You can do that.
What's your favorite animal?
Suppose I'm quite fond of.
She's best with aquatics.
I was going to say I'm actually very fond of birds. Can you do an eagle?
Have I seen? Oh, I can't turn into flying. Darn it.
Oh.
She can't fly yet.
No.
Oh. Okay.
I'm getting there.
What about? Okay. No. Flightless bird. Flightless bird. Can you do an ostrich?
DM, can I do an ostrich?
Give me a D20 roll. We'll see if you've ever been to the zoo in town.
Lauren's interpretation of an ostrich.
19? Cool. You've made a trip to the conservatory in town. You've seen the ostrich. You know they don't fly. You're pretty sure you could do this.
Okay. I'm gonna turn into an ostrich.
Suddenly, Lauren's like 7 feet tall with this fucking skinny ass neck, this beady little eyes, and this big beak.
And I try to stand up and look at John eye to eye, because now I'm actually as tall as John.
John has war flashbacks and creeps out, looks her in the eyes, and says, "Don't peck me."
And then I'll just kind of peck a little bit and then turn back into a little.
Very impressive. So, Lauren the shapeshifter turned into a bear and tore the Dark Wizard's head bodily from his shoulders.
Ironic? Isn't that ironic that he's calling Lauren the shapeshifter?
That's fine.
And then after that, obviously you spoke with the sheriff, as well as some concerned members of the community, and parted ways. That was the end of the night. So, I gotta say, I do appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. I guess for clarification, then the only thing I could really ask then is, how would you and your party like to be credited in the piece? Just individual names? Do you have like a team name?
Shoot.
The Falling Men.
The what?
I said the Falling Men.
The Falling Men. I'll veto that one.
Go squad, go!
Shit, you can't just spring this one on us. Do we have a team name?
You've had almost 20 sessions to think about this.
Go Gadget, go. Or actually, no, go John, go. Just go.
When does this piece go up?
Well, I would like to have it ready for tomorrow's paper. Well, not tomorrow's, I guess. It'd be this next week's paper, but it'll be 4 days from now.
You know what? Let's just give you our first names.
Okay, sure. Individual names totally works. So I've got Lauren, Noel, John, and then anyone else in this party?
No, I think that there's a few others, but I don't think they want to be named, or they.
Give me a persuasion check.
I want the story to stay straight. If you add in Barnaby, I wasn't there for the interrogation. Or Burberry, sorry, brain.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
I think that's like a 24. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, sure. Um, he just kind of nods along. Says, "Yeah, no, that's perfectly fair. I can totally understand. You know, private citizens wanting to keep their lives private. It's a super like exciting story, and it's actually rare, that anyone associated with this sort of events, like with the Watch, is actually not a member of the Watch, and might actually be willing to comment on the story. So I do appreciate that. Thank you guys a lot. This is going to be a big piece. I'm going to do my very best. I'm
What-
very excited.
What's
So
the title?
working on it. Trying to fit some sort of thing about, beheading in there. Obviously, there's something to do with grimy, in the name. You could play with that. We're
Beheaded
workshopping it.
madman.
Grimy madman beheaded in streets lady. We'll work on it.
Yeah, you need to work on that.
You've got today.
I've got a couple days. I'm excited. So thank you. Again, Shatta Laplin. Hope for you guys to see my piece on the front page next week.
We look forward to reading it. I'll shake his hand.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. He'll shake all your hands and kind of make his way away from the keep.
Just out of curiosity, could I roll an insight check to just see if that guy was actually as much as naive as he was presenting himself as, or if there's something more going on
More
there.
to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Sounded so earnest.
He was too earnest. Insight, that's 14 total.
14. 14's not bad. I'll say the conversation led you to kind of believe that he seems new
Okay.
to this reporting thing. Coupled with he looks young, just on his face, and the more you kind of spent time talking to him, the more it kind of sank in and clicked. Like he's probably some manner of Ganassi.
Okay.
He seemed like a young kid, like he's like fresh at this probably his first job, first fucking beat. He seemed very, very excited by the prospect of writing this piece up. And whenever you guys kind of deflected and diverted, expertly, he never picked up on it. It didn't seem like. He seemed very conscientious and like he was really wanting to just hear your guys' side of things and get as clear and exciting of a story as he possibly could.
How refreshing. All right, well, I'll head back inside then.
Yep. So, head back inside and catch up with the party. Everyone's assembled. You're all here. John's off work. What's up?
I feel like we should talk about...
I want to go take a bath.
No, wait, just... Let's have a conversation before you go do things, John. It
Okay.
doesn't have to take long. I just think we should have a quick talk about what we want to do after this week. Do we all still want to go off to the islands?
Well, I think, shouldn't we head back to the home? God damn it, I can't remember the name of the city.
Home Perth?
Helmfirth. And get the quest reward.
Well, we have some time. I assume Lauren's going to want to wait for Gerald. That looks like nodding.
Okay. Well, do we know how long until Gerald's back? Because, I mean, we might be able to make it there and back.
So, based off the letter that he gave you, Lauren, he wrote the letter on the 37th. He said that he would be going to Chaser, which is about 2 weeks away. And he was hoping to be done and back well before this time next month.
So I was hoping to be back before the 30th of this month.
Months are
This
60
coming
days.
month. It is currently the 57th of Era Death. So you got like 3 days until the next month starts.
And he's supposed to be back.
How many days has it been since he left? Because we do know that.
He wrote this on the 37th, and it is now the 57th, so 20.
And you said 2 weeks just to get there?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So he's not going to be back for another 2 weeks?
It was a week.
A week is 10 days, I
He
think.
said the trip's about 2 weeks on horseback.
A week is 10 days, right?
Yep.
And it'll take us, what, like 2 days to get to...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying we don't have time. I'm just saying we are going to be here for like 2 weeks at least.
Yeah, so
It takes about a week to get to Helmfirth. Or not a week, excuse me, a day to get to Helmfirth if you take the ferry.
we just hit up Helmfirth.
And you have
really quick.
horses now, don't forget.
Well,
So you can get to
we were
Helmfirth
just
pretty quick.
having to wait a week to come back. 2 more.
I don't know where that got.
It was
confused,
never quite
but-
clear. I think there was some bad math somewhere.
Okay.
One of us did. I don't know,
Okay, because
but
I thought it was supposed to be like a week. That's why I was like, oh, we can stay.
I
a
mean,
week.
it's
I know
fine,
that
we
we've been
can just-
talking about it, so I double checked to make sure like what the timing was.
honestly, we can just time skip 2 weeks too. It's fine. Once we kind of get all our ducks in a row, that is something we can do, I assume.
So I say we hit up Helmfirth, get our reward, get everything done there, come back, and then skip whatever remaining time is left.
Did you ever hear back
Sure.
from anyone in Helmfirth?
I mean, I heard back from Bram.
Oh, okay.
I told you about that, right?
I don't believe you did.
Oh.
I think you got the letter and read it, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't think anything was told.
Well, shit, give me a second. No. Come on, I already have it open. Just let me look at it.
You want me to share it with the group?
Yeah, just go ahead and share it with the group.
All right, I've got that folder open.
It's-
So
Being dumb, and it won't let me open it.
Well, we don't
I
have
got
to go over the whole letter. Is there anything that's particularly relevant that we should know, or is it
I
just
think
kind of a
he mentioned
greeting?
I think he mentioned that he did want us to come back at least once. But other than that, I mean, he was just kind of letting me know that he understood the situation as far as we had told him. Wasn't really much else.
Okay. Well, we can go back there. That's fine. So I guess my question stands then. If we are waiting for Gerald, once he returns and we've maybe had a couple of days with him, do we want to go to the island still? I have a captain who is just waiting on our word to want to leave.
Do we ever decide
Willing
what?
to wait quite that long.
Are
I think when you talked to that captain, he said the end of the week he was hoping to hear back from you.
Right.
Do we ever decide what island we want to go to?
I had an idea. I don't know if we ever actually talked about it. Let me see. So there
I still would be kind of.
I was
Go
going
ahead.
to say there are two that stood out to me. One would probably be good for if we wish to make a little bit of money, and the other could have that potential as well. But actually, I wanted to pitch this anyway. Barnaby, you said that when we were talking about your incident with the Fey Forest. Have we talked about
Yes.
this as a group yet? I don't even know.
I don't think you have. No, you talked about it with Burberry and Barnaby when you guys went to the
Yes. So
the Van Halen
John and
Academy.
Lauren aren't aware yet, but Barnaby, well, I don't know what you want to share, but he had an incident with some Fey magic last year. And I don't know much about that. I don't know much about how that works or why it works, but Captain Derman did actually mention off the coast is an island that has some Fey forests upon it. I don't know if you even want to look into your situation at all, but if there are people living on that island, they may have answers to questions that you have. Is that something you'd want to look into?
Guess it could be potentially worthwhile. Yeah, I guess to fill y'all in, I don't really quite understand it myself, but I guess I found a way to skip 5 years.
You went into the forest and just came out 5 years later.
Apparently, didn't feel like 5 years. Can tell that.
Do you remember why you went into the forest initially?
Oh, I know why. Same reason I've been going out in the forest the day before and the before times from that point.
Just fishing?
Nope. I'm looking for the feller that killed my paw.
And took a finger, right?
No, I think that was some other kind of devil.
Uh,
Still haven't quite figured that one out. But point is, it's this big old beast of a thing that took out my paw.
Do you have any details about it that you know, or just that it was big?
Let me pull out my little drawing. Because I can't remember what I initially wrote down.
if you tell me, please tell me that Barnaby can't draw, because that would just be bonus.
It's like a stick figure of a lion thing or something like that.
Do you know what woods you were walking in? What they were?
What woods he was walking in?
Yeah. What forest was he searching in?
It was across the world.
Let's
So you
see.
should know what it's called.
It was a large beast. It had scales, fur, wings, horns, claws, and it did breathe fire. Remember that part too. Got my butt burned a little bit.
Can I roll a thing?
Yeah, sure. Give me a Arcana check, I guess. History check, nature check, some kind of intelligence check.
That's a 10.
Yes, his drawing is not the greatest.
That's a 10.
Not stick figure level, but it's bad.
Shit, that sounds like a dragon, but dragons ain't got no fur as far as you know. Plus, they all dead, so. God, I don't know what you saw.
Wait, are all dragons dead? Is that a thing?
It's general knowledge at this point that there's dragon burial sites all over the place, but they're from a time long before your civilization sort of settled here. Old as fuck, and as far as you know, nobody has seen a living dragon since Illyria came to this world back in the day.
Then what the fuck did Bert's dad go fight? Plet?
A great question, isn't it?
You and your lore.
So, Barnaby, do you know what forest you were in when it happened? Or what forest?
That was just our stomping grounds, I should say. Main places that we had. Oh, what was the name of it? It was on the border of Cramcron and what was it?
Elia?
Elia. Yeah.
I like that Barnaby has a street address, but doesn't know what the forest he lived in is called.
That's what kills me about it, personally.
Street address is easy to remember. It's all full of numbers.
That seems backwards to me, but...
Barnaby's good with numbers, apparently.
Only numbers.
Terrible with names, but great with numbers.
Looking at the map.
Come along, Don. It's John. We've been hanging around for...
What would that forest have been named? Because I honestly can't remember.
It was your little backwoods corner of Helia where your family had settled.
Yeah.
It wasn't really incorporated territory or anything. It was frontier. You know, there really wasn't a proper name for the place.
Whatever
beyond
you
whatever
Probably
we
just
called it.
like Uncle Joe Bob's back forest.
No, it wasn't something like that.
It wasn't Joe Bob's forest. It was probably Jimmy Clem's forest. I'm pretty sure that was closer to Jimmy Clem's house. Although it might have been Jeremiah's. I don't remember.
Oh no, I remember what my papa told me. It was Hinola Wood
Hinola.
Forest.
Hinola Wood.
Yes. At least that's what he called it, but then again, that's what his grandpappy called it, and now that I recall, I think his great-grandpappy is also who was the one that named it.
Hinola Wood.
And
Henna Wood.
Can I history check that?
WUD.
Is that a thing I can history
can you
check
just
or something
send
I've
that
gone
into
through
the
or passed
group
by?
chat, please? I can't spell that.
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Hennola.
I tried.
Hinola.
That was very close.
Yeah. Hinola Wood.
Yeah, I say it.
Check possibly have
Oh, I
been
did
passed
spell
by
it
that.
right.
Do it now.
Can I history check and see if I've passed by that in my travels?
Yeah, give me a history check.
17?
17. Your trip through the world took you in the opposite direction of Helia. Your earliest memories are of Tharja, which is either further east or further, like way further west, depending on which way you go. But it's closer to Helia than not, I'll say. However, from Tharja, you and your family made your way sort of along the south coast of Dathadar into Lythor. Never made it out that way. You've just been kind of slowly traveling eastward over the course of your life. Helia was quite a ways away. Also not exactly safe for a lot of people.
Fair enough.
I will say one thing you would know is that Cramelcon is not a well-traveled area for folk who are not hobgoblins. It's a very insular kingdom.
Good to know. So anyway, yes, that's what Barnaby has been dealing with. We may be able to find answers on that island if you want to start looking there. Aside from that one, the only other one that jumped out at me was, what is it? Ilagal? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a dragon graveyard, apparently. So potentially some very powerful or expensive loot.
Yeah, I get gravy.
Oh, that reminds me. When you mentioned the word expensive, reminded me of this little dealy card I got. It looks real fancy. I'm going to flick out the little card I got onto the table.
Okay. Yeah, it is a business card, very well printed from the Central Division of Investigation. It is. It belongs to not the head of the CDI, but it belongs to an agent. I'm pulling up her name. Her name was Wind of Malwa. Yep.
What does it look like?
It's exquisite. It's got this.
Okay, it has a logo on it.
simple
Does it
embossed-
look professional?
Yeah, oh, very professional.
Very.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little business card.
Okay.
Like
Does it have an address?
faintly embossed, glossy lettering. It does have an address. Yeah. You would know that it is near the Liberation Square, which is close to the City Hall, the Hall of Records, buildings you've been to before. So it's very, very easy to find.
What did this person tell you, Barnaby?
They were very interested in talking with us. Possibly helping them out, if I remember right. Didn't give too much info.
That's very odd. I'm not sure what to make of that, to be honest.
It seemed friendly enough.
Well, we'll put a pin in that one for now. So, does anyone have any preferences? Barnaby, do you want to go check out the Fae Island?
Personally, I would like to figure out what exactly went on down there.
I don't have a problem going there, but I still want to check out Dagger more.
Well, we could be spending some time on the islands. It's kind of more about where we want to start.
I would feel a little bad if we didn't at least give Mrs. our time after giving us such an exquisite card.
Well, we could go talk to them today before we leave for... Or no, tomorrow... well, yes, go talk to them today and then leave for Helmfirth tomorrow and just go meet up with Bram in the evening.
That's fine with me.
Name of the island. Fae Island.
The Fae Island
Fae Island?
was...
Feral. Faeril.
Yep. And then Ilachgol.
Although, well, Feral is right next to kind of where we are at compared to Daggermore, so.
That's why I was thinking we start there. It's inland.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Alright. I'm sure that we will learn more about the islands once we're on them. We can make more informed decisions then.
With that, then, I think John wanted to take a shower, clean up.
Yeah.
Aloran, are you going to work tonight?
Yup, let's go.
All right. Anybody else have anything else going on tonight, or are we just gonna move through this fairly quickly?
I will say generally, just as a rule of thumb, if I get an opportunity to in an evening, I'll probably do some busking just to earn a little cash.
Okay, sure. Give me a performance check then.
That is
16.
16. Okay. You get a little bit tonight. For whatever reason, I think maybe your mind's elsewhere and you're just not as focused on the music. But it's only like a 3 gold haul tonight.
I just keep picturing Willem's head getting ripped off. Makes it hard to
Your
play
music's
like
just got a
upbeat
very
music.
It's got a very dour kind of tone to it. But there's a couple people who come by and are just like, I could jam with this. Like later in the evening, like this heavily armored man in dark clothing and his friend in robes kind of walk by like, this speaks to me. He flips you a coin. They walk away.
Nice.
Aloran, I think when you get to work, your boss is gonna be like, yo, what the fuck happened after you got off shift last night? Are you okay? Like, people have been coming in here
so they
asking
know
all
it
kinds
was
of fucking
me.
questions. Like,
Wait, how did they know it was me?
I haven't heard. Like, are you okay? Like, we heard there was all this fucking violence in the street. Did you see anything? People have been asking all these questions. Like, what's happening?
Oh no, I think I walked past it before it happened.
Oh my god. A fucking bear tore a man in half.
Wow, a bear? No way.
I can't believe it either, but apparently it was like a wizard's duel, and one of them lost badly.
I heard something about a falling man,
Yeah, I heard that too. I think that's bullshit. I don't think that happens.
but a bear happened in the
Oh
street?
no, wizards can make bears. That's totally a thing. Anyways, we got a busy fucking night tonight. All these people are in here fucking looky-looing. That's money. Go milk them. And, you know, if you need to, private rooms upstairs.
Okay, out of character. I low-key want to be like, oh, I was the bear.
You already told him you could turn into a bear once.
Oh yeah, I did.
It's a good thing he's dumb.
Yeah. I could get extra money. hey, technically all of these are because of what happened last night. You should throw some of that extra money my way. I help your business.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, I said out of character for
Oh,
any
okay.
of this.
It gets dangerous. That's getting dangerously close to extortion at a certain point.
So I won't say anything.
Okay. So, working your shift. Go ahead and give me a performance check for the night.
Another net.
Ooh.
That's a wait. I think it's like a 20. Check. Yeah, 20.
22. Okay. With a 22. Oh, very nice. You collect 6 golden tips. And I imagine at some point in the night you're probably propositioned to like head upstairs. How are you backing out of that? I'm just curious.
I'm gonna tell him I'm really sore from last night. I don't think I can handle it again.
Okay, that's fine. I was just asking. Just asking. He passes out. So yeah, good night of work, good night of busking. Everybody gets a little bit of money. And heading home, getting your rest in.
Swear to God.
All is well. No skeevy men come out of alleyways with fucking lightning in their hands. You're okay. Are we a little traumatized? Is that
Yeah,
what's
you
happening?
paused. You're like, you what?
As you're walking home.
Nothing
Right.
happens. And yeah, no, you'll get your long rest in and wake up in the morning refreshed. It's nice. It's nice to wake up and not have this ominous fucking storm cloud hanging over your heads.
Oh, I'll probably tell my boss before we go that I'm gonna be making a trip to home.
You what?
Anyway.
And you leave.
Yep. Bye.
Nice.
Can't find good help these days. Nobody wants to work.
I just wait for John's boss. He'll be really happy to hear that John's gonna take another day off.
Hey, he's
All right. So in the morning, you guys want to go to Helmfirth?
That's the plan.
All right. Taking the ferries? You're taking
I'm
horses? What's the plan?
swimming and. Oh, actually, no, I don't need.
I think we have to take the ferry because we have horses.
If
Yeah.
you want to take your horses, you probably should take the ferry. Yeah.
Can someone take my horse then while I?
How much does a horse cost? It was like a half a gold or something, or an extra gold.
I think it's an extra silver.
Yeah, I'll pay for the. I just want to pay for this.
Yeah. So 5 silver for whoever's riding the ferry and an extra silver for their horse.
Okay, then I will pay a silver, and then I'll pass it to Barnaby, the biggest person that I know will be scary.
I'll pay a silver to Barnaby and have my horse go with Barnaby too.
All right. I guess
Okay.
I'm going then.
I'll just.
Is John just gonna fucking swim across the bay?
Yeah.
He don't give
Remember,
a fuck.
he's got the whole underwater movement.
I know, no, it's just funny. It's like now, like for whatever reason, John's just been feeling his sea legs, so he just fucking dives off the pier. The ferry ticket person's just like, cool, all right, another one. Next.
I'll just pay the
Maybe you
six
should lower
for
your
myself.
Maybe you should lower your damn prices.
Yeah,
Maybe you should fucking get with the program. He yells at you as you swim away. So yeah, you guys take the ferry. You meet Aloran and John on the other side, and get on your horses and make your way to Helmfirth. And it's how fast do you guys want to go?
Boom.
Real fast.
We'll get there as quick as possible, I guess. No reason to wait.
I mean, you could definitely get there by like mid-afternoon if you're gonna fucking push it.
Yeah.
Not super far, and you got horses, so it's easy peasy. Pull up to Helmfirth, just after the sun is starting to kind of make its way down over the mountains, and sky's still pristine blue, and heading to the CAA guild hall. Correct.
Yep. Do you, John? Do you want us all to go, or do you want to go by yourself?
Also, is Folk here? I assume Folk is here.
Yeah.
Folk already left a day ago.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
We just sent him after we talked with. I guess he would have left yesterday afternoon. He could have made it back, right? He had a horse.
Yeah, you guys did give him a horse, didn't you?
I don't know if he had any money to take the ferry, but
I think you guys gave him money. Honestly,
maybe.
I'm pretty. I've now that you guys have mentioned it, I feel like I asked about that because he's like, I'm broke.
I just remember the folk was like super eager.
Oh,
to
I
get
threw
going.
money at him.
Oh
I remember
yeah,
throwing
yep,
money
Burberry
at him.
did.
Oh,
Yeah, Burberry threw money out of the tent.
Good call. Yeah, so he would have probably arrived late last night already.
Yeah, okay. So folks probably in town somewhere taking care of business.
He was going to deliver
so-
a letter, I think.
He was
Yeah,
taking John's letter, his
Yeah.
response. Yeah. But yeah, going up to the guild hall, you guys kind of dismount, tie your horses up to the posts next to the others, and head inside. You've got kind of that ground floor, open floor plan tavern area. Lots of people kind of milling about. Some of them in sort of rough and tumble adventurers gear. You know, a smattering of chainmail, plate, some weapons. Enjoying some potentially well-earned drinks.
I'll ask now, does anybody want to come up to the guildmaster with me, or head to the orphanage, or does everybody want to stay down here and chill?
Go to the.
What'd you say, Johnny?
I said I'll go to the guild hall.
I'll also go talk to Bram again, or at least sit down and be there for it.
Okay.
Just see what he wants.
The barkeep will wave at you as you enter. John's like, "It's been a long time, hon. How you been?"
It's been hectic.
Yeah, I heard. Folk came back. That was good to see. Starting to worry about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Guildmaster upstairs?
yeah, you know, he's in his office. Sure he is.
Okay, I gotta go
You
talk
can
to him.
probably go ahead and head up. Okay, all right. He's going up. Bye. All right, boom, upstairs. Yeah, you head up to the 4th floor and find Bram's office, and
Is it just me, or?
I think I'm going. I'm just.
yeah, the rest of the
I'm
party's
on
with you, I
autopilot.
think.
Everybody's coming? Okay.
Knock on the door, and after a minute, Bram will open it. He's standing there, you know, clean-shaven, bald, older man in his red coat. John, you're back. Good.
Yeah.
I
I brought some people with me.
Right, your friends. You mentioned them. Please come in. He'll open the door wide and allow the 5 of you to file in. Inside Bram's office are a couple of other individuals. There is an elven woman who is wearing a similarly styled red coat, though clearly a woman's cut. And beside them is a dragonborn who is wearing a conclave chain and kind of like standard like work clothes, like yard work clothes. He's got like coveralls and like a loose shirt underneath the chains. And they both raise a hand to you guys as you enter, and Bram kind of gestures around and he's like, Emeth, Hilbatul, this is John's party. Everyone, this is Emeth Nadrasis. He gestures to the elf. Our coin master here at the CAA, and Kimbatul Horan, Forge Master. Good to meet you all.
Everybody.
Greetings.
Hello.
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 The head nod.
So,
Can I introduce everybody here?
introductions would be helpful. Yes, please, John, if you would.
Well, most of
Emmet
you know
will
me, John.
speak up.
This here is Noelle. She's our bard.
Hi there.
This here's Chani. Lauren.
This is Johnny.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Sorry. This is Aloran. She's our druid. This here is Barnaby.
Greetings.
I don't know what you do actually,
I shoot a gun and I cook gumbo.
but he's good in the fight. This here is Burberry, our cleric.
Hello. The Dragonborn will speak up and nod to you.
Rory's got a mouthful of food.
Sorry.
You just hear crunching under the mask.
Be that rude.
You like grabbed a handful of peanuts off the bar as we were walking up.
Yeah, just head full tilt up, like the mask opens up and peanuts get poured in.
So, obviously we're back. After
good to see you all.
we were finally able to take care of Willem.
Oh, good. So that loose end is covered.
Yeah, he attempted to go after Aloran, so we ambushed him.
That's fair. From what you wrote, he sounded like a very nasty character. How handled are we talking? He's dead, I presume. The rest of his
Aloran ripped his
operation?
head off.
That'll make the papers.
Believe me, we know.
There should be a very interesting story coming out in Freeport soon.
In like 4 days.
I'll have to make sure I have a copy delivered. What about the rest of his operation? Did you have anything more to do with that, or is that still as you left it?
Yeah, we haven't had any interactions with him, although we did notice that he was doing stuff, like he had a factory in Freeport. We're not exactly sure what they were doing in there, but they had a factory in operation.
Do you have an address?
I turned to Noel.
Yes, I got a chance to look inside. It's right here. I'll hand him sheet.
Probably not a lot we can do with it, but it's good to have.
We also pretty sure he was interacting with, and I look at Aloran, that one hobgoblin you were talking about.
I don't know much about him. Collecting dues at a house. It was
Just someone you saw while you were at work.
You don't remember what his name was? I thought you said you did. Or did you
did
get
I
a
give him-
description
Got a
of him?
name.
You
No,
did
I
not
Get a
get his name.
description of him, right?
You had a description.
Just a big hobgoblin in a white suit.
yeah,
That's
and he
about the
comes
only-
weekly.
Kingpin.
That's about the
know-
only interactions we had.
Yeah, that was it. I know that one of the guards' names that was with Ricard.
That was what?
Ricard.
Ricard?
Ricard.
Was that one of Willem's guards?
No, that was one of not Boar's.
Oh, one of Boar's
Hobgoblins.
employees?
No, one of the hobgoblins.
Oh, the Hobgoblin's guards was named Ricard. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we don't really have a whole lot of information on or interaction with it since then. Mostly, it's just been trying to get away from Willem.
Sure. No, just getting everyone on the same page. That's all. Well, here you can. Kind of looks around, realizes there's only 2 seats in the room. I guess it's standing room only for now.
That's perfectly acceptable. I do not need a chair.
We've been
John
sitting
was
all
leaning
day,
against the wall.
technically.
I haven't felt much need to sit since we started this conversation, truth be told, and it will chime in. So that goes for me as well. We were just discussing the long-term plans with regards to this new drug that will be hitting the streets soon. We are anticipating this will probably spiral into something unpleasant for the foreseeable future.
Given the side effects, I must say I agree.
Yes, well, from the sound of it, it seems quite intoxicating. So, knowing how these things play out, there's a lot of coordination that's going to need to happen between now and then, when the worst happens. So, what can we do for 5 of you? glad that you're here.
We came in to report to Bram that we had completed the issue with Falk and that we had taken care of Willem.
Good, right.
There was
well,
talk of a reward as well.
Right. That's right. Emmett, do you think you could find a folk fund for them? He kind of looks around. It's like, I did not realize this many people would be involved. Like, just
I'm sure we can
We've-
split whatever you got.
we've got enough to pay them all. Excuse me. He'll head out of the room, and Bram will just kind of lean against the desk, still kind of waiting. And say, want to thank you guys again for pulling that off. I told John as much in my letter, but feel like I should have reiterate here. I do apologize for putting you in the position I did. You know, things were a lot more dire than I realized, and given that, I feel like I might have maybe been prioritizing other things when I pushed you to pursue this assignment on your own.
I did want to bring up something. I thought you should just, I don't know. What was that place? The dungeon that we rescued folk called?
Goddamn.
The
Something
mountain
Crown Peak.
Crown Peak Ruins.
Crown or something. Crown Peak Ruins. I would recommend making the Crown Peak Ruins off limits. It's super dangerous there.
We could definitely make a note of it. I assume that this is inside that estate that you mentioned.
It's not quite inside, but it's like it's near them. But the reason is not because of them. It's the ruins themselves are extremely dangerous.
Right.
As
No,
well as
forgive me for misunderstanding. I merely meant to say that given that estate is still, as far as I know, fairly private, I doubt that most of our people will be heading up that way anyways.
Actually, sorry, who owns that land now? I just kind of looked to the party.
I believe it would still be within the ownership of the person that ended up in jail. Well, not technical jail. Bad guy, evil jail.
We don't even know if he's alive anymore.
That is ever the question.
I mean,
Not our problem, right?
technically, since Willem came after us right away, he probably hasn't had a chance to go back and kill it.
I don't think you need to go back and kill someone if you don't give them food.
That's true.
Got a point.
And it's been 2 weeks.
I think it's been
Technically,
about a week since then.
It was a week
Well,
just to
and they
get to
did leave
fucking
a bag of
Freeport.
food behind.
Yeah, and then a few days, so like week and a half.
I mean, technically, you could survive for about a month without food.
If you had water.
You need the water though.
Water will kill you.
Did they have any water there? I didn't know.
Yeah, they went to go pick up folk and lock up everyone. Willem's men were carrying like big sacks of supplies with them that they just kind of threw into the cells alongside the prisoners.
So they got freshly stocked water and food a week and a half ago. We don't know how long that lasts them.
It was like a month or something.
I don't know. Honestly, the bigger issue is the traps, the deadly spiders, and the acid pool, and the death cult statue thing
I mean,
with
to
body
be fair,
parts littered everywhere.
the acid pools aren't really as big of an issue as long as you don't actively jump into them.
Don't cannonball into.
I'm just illustrating it is a very dangerous place, no matter who owns the location.
The point of clarification that there are people still locked up in this ruin.
Yes.
That was
Yup.
something we couldn't
I think
do
like
anything about.
3 or 4.
In fact, yes, one of the people locked up is the owner of the entire estate.
Venice.
Bram and Kimba Tool share this very like wide-eyed look at each other, like, "Holy
That
shit!"
was kind of my realization like 5 minutes ago. I was like, oh shit, is all that land just up for grabs now?
That
I don't think that's the reason they're thinking that way.
That was my thought.
We also
And,
don't know who else was in prison there.
Well, we do actually.
it was
Venice's-
Vanis and like 4 of his dudes.
Yeah.
And Venice,
I did see that.
Dustin, and 2 other guys we didn't know.
What was the other guy? Was it Rube?
I don't
There was
fucking
there was
know. I
another guy
definitely
in
did
that
not
group
write
that
that
you
one
knew.
down.
You knew his name. No, you had his name. I'm looking at it. Hold up. It wasn't
He
there.
was
It's old.
the person that I
Jude.
believe held
It was
the
Jude.
banquet. Was
You
that-
had Dustin and Jude that you knew that got
Yeah.
locked up
Oh,
with
hey,
Vanis.
Jude.
And then another guy.
Don't make it
Wait,
bad.
does that mean Folk was the only one in there when we went in there?
Yes.
So basically, all the top brass are
Well-
now either dead or in that jail.
Or ignorant. Yes.
What exactly was the situation between Vanis and Willem here?
Antagonistic.
Our
Willem
struggle-
Willem was clearly acting against Vanis, and Vanis was cartel. You said correct?
Venice was put in place to
Yeah.
keep an eye on the farming and the land for the cartel. He was the owner of the entire estate, and then Willem wanted the estate,
And Willem's dead now.
and Venice
Yes.
is dying probably.
Extremely, yes.
This is a little concerning.
I
Also,
mean,
because we don't know who the white cartel is going to send to replace them once they find out they're all gone.
yeah, I mean, I think that for the cartel, this is just a, drop in a new figurehead.
I
Although
suppose so.
I will say that I vaguely suspect whenever they move to drop in said figurehead, we will very much be used as a scapegoat for what went wrong.
Well, that's why we want to go sailing for a while.
Okay. I am mostly saying this for our friends' benefit.
Well, I think that is definitely a conversation we'll need to have later then, as far as how to proceed about that. And he'll kind of look over to Kimba Tool, who just nods, says, "It's worth considering." Well, at any rate, I'm sure Emeth will be back any second now. Kind of watches the door. Nothing happens. Sighs. Then the door opens. Emeth comes through. He's like, "Oh, thank you." Emeth has 5 sacks of coin that he hands out to each of you. Says that is 50 gold pieces for each of you, as agreed, for folks' return, plus 10 extra for the difficulty. That
50 in total.
the unanticipated difficulty of this whole operation.
So 60 in total?
60 total.
Dang.
I have money.
Very nice.
Money.
Yeah.
So, if that is everything, I believe that we still had some unfinished business to finish.
Here's like
Bram.
my
It's like, yeah,
Okay.
and a couple of things to discuss as well, I think. Not to shoo you all out. I do appreciate you stopping by, but we
I'll
are
be right back.
sort of
I am listening.
mid-workday.
As I said, we're planning a bit of a vacation to island hops.
Right. If you think that's best, then I hope that you are all safe and take care of yourselves out there. We will be here getting ready for the coming storm.
I'll keep you abreast of our location just in case you need to send us anything.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever you can share as you go is always useful. If you hear anything about the cartel while you're out there, that would also be good for us to know. Appreciate it if you could pass that along too,
Will do.
just as a matter of course. All right. Well, good seeing you all. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. I'll show you guys the door, and you guys can head downstairs. As the door closes behind you, you hear Emmett start up almost immediately. It's like, so the manor. Like, yeah, the manor. That's a sticky question, and that conversation picks up very quickly as you guys depart the premises.
Fair enough. Oh, where to? The orphanage again? Do we want to say hi to everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the orphanage. If you guys want to stay here, come with me. It's up to you.
I will go.
I just got payday. I guess I could give them a nice
You could
Nice
make dinner
dinner.
for them if you want again.
wouldn't mind. Haven't cooked in a little bit. Starting to get a little itchy.
You want to stay the night at the orphanage?
How much would the orphanage have in funds normally for like a month?
They don't make a lot. They've got to stretch their coin. I'd say they probably make do on like somewhere between 50 and 100 gold a month for a building of like 50-ish kids.
Wow. It's actually more than I was expecting.
That's a lot less than I was expecting.
The
How much is
orphanage
their rent?
is
Free?
John would know this. The orphanage is like a former asylum. It's like a big like hospital style building, like two big wings. It's like 3 stories tall. Very like decrepit and poorly maintained. It just kind of got taken up by the original founder after the asylum was abandoned, like decades ago,
Okay.
a long ass time ago. So it's not really like a super fucking ritzy place. They just scrape by, primarily on donations and whatever John brings in from time to time.
Okay. Once we're at there, John's gonna give the person in charge 24 gold. As
Yeah, that was. God, what was her name? Ah, shit.
Dady Summerbreath,
Dady, that was it. Thank
matron
you.
of John's orphanage.
Yeah. Dady's very appreciative. Oh my goodness, thank you, John. There's a lot at once. Good work out there then. Things going well?
unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave for a little while.
Oh,
I got into some problems that I don't want to bring back here.
okay, sure. I guess that's probably for the best. She looks very worried.
It's
Are you going to be okay out there?
I'll be fine. I don't want to bring it back here.
All right.
I don't want anything to happen to this place.
Well, we'll hold down the fort as best we can.
Can I, in town, buy like a bow and a set of arrows for like one of the older kids, like so that they can go out and like catch some food every so often?
Like an actual bow?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a bow for like a teenager or something.
Okay. So like a weapons grade short bow is usually like 25 gold pieces. I guess a smaller one would be technically less material, so we'll say 15.
Okay.
And then arrows will be where are they? Where are the fucking arrows at? I think it's like a gold piece for 20 or some shit like that.
I'll just do 5 gold pieces of arrows.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
20 gold total.
20 gold? That's okay, that's like fucking
No,
no, that's-
total.
Total for the
20
bow and
gold?
arrows.
Oh, okay, so 5 gold.
For
so
arrows
100 arrows.
and 1 bow.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. And you'll
And I'll find like one of the older, sturdier teenagers and be like, "This is for you to. I have to leave for a while. This is for you to start hunting."
Oh shit. Okay.
I'll like teach him how to basically use it.
Okay. So you can spend some time today training this kid. Barnaby, I assume, is shopping for food and cooking tonight.
Yes.
All right. I'll say for the night to feed this building of people is probably going to be like a gold piece.
Make it fancier than I did last time when I spent 2 gold pieces.
Oh, you want to
on
get fancier?
ingredients. Yeah.
All right. If you want to go fancier, then we'll say 3.
All right, then I'm gonna go 6. That way they got leftovers for tomorrow.
Oh shit. He's pulling out all the stops.
We got money
All right.
now. Let's burn it.
Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
We're gonna be poor again in a day.
I would like to add 11 gold to John's donation in the name of
Thank you.
Populus.
Thank you so much. Populos?
Yes, god of proliferancy.
Never heard of him, but thank you. His blessing is appreciated. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so more money for the orphanage. Anybody else doing anything else tonight?
I want to do what I did last time, which is play music and read stories for the kids. Is Bert still
Okay.
around?
Yeah, Bert is definitely still there. It's like, Noel!
Hello.
Hey, I haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a while. Are you still drawing?
Oh yeah. And he'll take you to a room that he's like the entire, like every surface in this room, all the walls and parts of the ceiling that he's been able to like pile shit up to reach are just covered in drawings.
How old is this kid again?
He's like 6 or 7,
Okay.
I think.
Bert actually brought a present for you.
Really?
Now it's a little bit maybe above your age, but there are some pictures in here, and I think you'll be able to appreciate it more as time goes on. And I'll take out the Wonderful World of Magic instructional booklet for kids about various magics that I stole from Vanis there.
Okay. It's like a nice, like, leather bound, kids book too. Like, Vanis had nice books in his fucking place.
I bet you if you
so
ask
you give him
Davey-
this fancy ass book. It's like got gold on the gold foil on the front of it.
I
He's like,
bet if you ask Dady, I'm sure she will read some of it to you. It talks about
can read some of it.
magic and powerful, I guess, energies that are prevalent throughout the world.
is this what you do?
A little bit.
It's so cool.
I'll just cast Mage Hand and just like turn a couple of the pages for him.
He's like jaw wide open, eyes bugging out, like
You're blowing his tiny mind.
I'm creating a backstory for a new adventurer.
yeah, when Noelle dies, Bert's taking over
will
her
avenge
spot
you.
in the party. I've been studying, guys. I'm an adventurer now.
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
that-
having Such enthusiasm. That was so long ago.
Magic is so cool. Yeah, cool. All right. So
And then I'll just
music,
play music for the kids.
music and drawings and stories with the kids. Anything from Lauren? Burberry, vibing. Fair enough. One of the teenagers will vibe next to you. He'll be like, "Sup?"
I'll cast Fairy Fire to add shinies to Noel's stories. Make all the kids glow.
As soon as you do that, Bert's got the book. He's like, "Oh!" He starts flipping through the book like,
I
"What
am
is that?"
God.
Yeah, you guys will pass a nice afternoon and evening at the orphanage and take your rest there. Again, very uncomfortable beds, but it is shelter. And come morning, you will have completed another long rest. And say your goodbyes and make your way back to Freeport on the 59th day of Aerodath. So, arriving in Freeport mid-afternoon.
Do we need to deduct more gold for the fucking ferry?
Yes, sir. Unless you want to go the long way around.
Oh, sorry. I
probably-
was actually going to donate some gold to the orphanage too. I figured I would just leave mine like just outside Deity's room or something, just anonymously.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just throw. Let's see what's a good amount. I'll just throw 19 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just
Are we all
fucking-
just making it so it's the closest amount of 10?
I may have
No
rounded
comment.
mine from 99 to 80.
Is there a centralized bank in this universe?
There are banks, yes. Alexi has actually told Lauren about these a little bit.
Oh yeah, but they're mostly like per, right?
So I guess querying the party, Lauren would be able to speak up and let you guys know that there are banks in Freeport. There's a handful that operate out of the city. The three big ones, though, that are sort of the most widely spread and they have branches kind of like around the world, essentially. I'm gonna have to pull that up for you. Give me one sec. They are the Bank of Himalar, which is based out of Simor Minor to the north. It's a dwarvish-run bank that operates by selling bags of savings, which are connected to their vaults, which are very secure. There is the Capitoline Gate Exchange, which is a bank based out of the capital to the west, in Lythor. They offer banknotes in exchange for coin, and these banknotes are interchangeable at any gate exchange branch around the world, as well as off-world. It is the only bank in the world that deals in extraplanar commerce. And then there's also the Greater Bank of the East, which is the most mundane of these big three in the region. And this bank just kind of is a standard, normal, non-magical bank that operates on the Emerald Coast.
Damn them non-magical banks. Oh.
You know, if it works, you don't gotta fucking break it or fix it or nothing. That's the saying, right?
Something like that.
Don't gotta break it or fix it or nothing.
So we're back
If it
in.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
So we're back in Freeport
The
now.
Bank of Himalar, the Capitoline Gate Exchange, and the Greater Bank of the East. And yeah, you are back in Freeport.
Okay, I was gonna say, could we take our break real quick and then get to shit?
Yep. If you guys want to break and be back by 10.
Okay.
All right. Break. David, are you back?
Yep.
We're back.
Okay, good.
Now you can start
Okay,
talking
everyone's
about
back.
shit again.
All right. So back in Freeport, you guys were talking about banks because somebody asked about banks. You know about some banks. And yeah, you're back in Freeport. You've got a couple of weeks before Gerald's scheduled to get back, which I think is the due date you guys set for yourselves to leave town. You know that Darmond wanted to talk to you by the end of the week about what your plan is. And you know that you have that invitation from the CDI who want to talk to you. I will also say, when you guys get back to the keep, there is actually another letter waiting for Aloran.
Ooh.
Gimme.
I believe the term is "get it, girl."
I better be. I've had a rough month.
Lord, I will not be back for another 3 months.
Please carry on with the main quest without me.
Oh, Lord, I've decided that my dead wife is far more important.
Oh, hurtful. Low
My
blow.
main quest is to bang Gerald, though.
Yeah, you guys get back to the keep and kind of go up the steps inside. One of the little pages who helps kind of run the place will catch sight of you and be like, "Oh, Lauren, a message was dropped off for you here," and he'll hand you this very dainty little envelope with a red wax seal of a wide eye and the letters E.T. underneath it.
A wide eye symbol with the initials ET.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a letter that says, "Back off, my man!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's just like a little square of like very fine parchment envelope. The faint perfume fragrance to it. Floral.
Damn, I did good. It's gonna be a hooker letter. They want me for the keys.
Well, now I'm very confused because that's definitely from the Eyes of Tyr, but I don't know why they would perfume it up.
Oh, don't say that. I'm over here. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna open it. Can I open it, please?
Okay. Inside on very delicate cardstock in this florid calligraphy is a very brief invitation. You are cordially invited to take tea with...
This is not a Lawrence thing, man. Noel, turn into me and go.
I could.
For the record, this is addressed to Aloran and Co. Aloran and Company.
Okay.
Okay.
You are cordially invited to take tea with fuck, what was his name? Mr. Mort Berkeley and Miss Karen Bigwin on the 60th at 2 p.m. at the following address.
Berkeley and
Mort Berkeley and Karen Bigwin. Ciarrrhan Bigwin.
There are no small winners in this house.
Sorry, Mort and who?
Kieran.
Oh, Karen?
Kieran. Ciarrrhan.
I'm just gonna spell them how I want to, so that I can pronounce them and you know who I'm talking about.
That's fine.
Because I don't have any of that.
Kieran.
And I put Bigwind as his last name.
Fine.
As your
Karen
first
Bigwin
name.
and Mort Berkeley.
Take
Yeah,
T
so
as
2
in
p.m.
TEA?
Yeah.
No, they want to play golf.
Yeah,
They want to
very important.
They want to sit down and drink tea at 2 p.m. on the 60th with you and your party. That's all it says.
But why?
So I'll be like, hey guys, you have tea time with that Eyes of Tyr?
They seem kind of persnickety when we talked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a bad idea to talk to them, to try to like clear the air. So it's like, well, at least they don't think I'm a...
Wait, Persnickety is in particular, or partickety is in they have a giant stick up their ass?
Stick
Persnickety.
up the
I think
ass.
the latter.
Oh, that's not fun.
All right, you were not there for that.
Correct.
Yeah, they were not the most pleasant. Although there was a headless man in the street, I can imagine they might be a little panicked. Well, shoot, we have two
It's
meetings
because I
now.
didn't feel like getting fingerprinted, I swear.
I understand completely. Do we want to go to these meetings? The CDI, I guess the CDI don't have a scheduled meeting with us, but now the idea.
That was just kind of an open-ended invitation.
Right.
I mean, I'm never one to say no for free food. Well, sometimes. But this time it's probably fine. Probably. Food?
Well, we have free time. Who wants to do what?
Free all day.
Honestly, I think John's just gonna keep up his apprenticeship for now.
Okay.
I'm free during, if it's during the day, then I'll join. And then I'll occasionally stop by the Gatewatch.
I admit I'm very curious about the CDI. I'm suspicious, so I would not want to go alone, but I'm curious
I
enough
would
that I
happily
want to.
go with you.
And I
I
think
will
Barnaby
join.
should too if we do, because he was the one that got invited in the first place.
Well,
It would be a bit unbecoming if I didn't at least go say hi.
All right. So, your time is currently more or less your own. When do you guys want to handle what?
I say we got back in the afternoon.
You got back on the afternoon of the 58th,
You
I
guys
believe.
just want to do it tomorrow?
Well,
Let me double
we
check
got
here.
time today.
Yeah.
We might as well just go knock it out. See what they
Oh,
want.
no, you got back on the you're so this is actually the afternoon of the 59th.
Oh, so tomorrow is tea time. Today
Yep.
is CDI.
Okay, see how it is.
Okay, so just straight to the office.
Yep.
The address on that card leads you to a relatively small, official-looking building. Kind of drab looking.
Actually, sorry. While we're going there, I don't want to. This doesn't have to be a big derail or anything, but I did want to just innocently sort of ask a guard where this address is. Even we know where it is, but I'm curious what his reaction would be if he saw the CDI logo. I guess I'd like to insight him based on what he says about it.
Okay, yeah. I guess you'll kind of catch sight of a sheriff's deputy making his way down the street and just flag him down. Ask him where it is.
Yeah. Could you point me over towards this building, sir?
Let me take a look at that. That's going to be just off Liberation Square. You're going to want to take a right turn in this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check.
Fucking terrible. 8.
He kind of grimaced, but beyond that,
They're pure
Loose.
evil.
straight into your directions.
All right. Well, we'll just go then.
Kind of a meh. All right. So the building that you find is sort of this drab gray stone building. Not actually a whole lot of signage at all on this place beyond just the address over the door. Just heading up the steps and inside. It's a fairly small foyer with a front desk. There is a, funnily enough, a very large orcish man sitting behind this very tiny desk, comparably. This is a full-blooded orc, the kind of cuts the kind of figure that would actually make John look kind of small by comparison. Just very wide, broad-shouldered, heavy chin, these big tusks. But he's wearing the same sort of nicely tailored black suit as those individuals that Barnaby saw the other night, which is just like hugging every bulge in his muscles. And he's just sitting back behind this thing with like a quill and some paper and a stack of books and looks up over these tiny little glasses. Yes, can I help you?
Hi, we received this from a Windev Mala. I'll just slide the business card.
He takes it in his big hand and. I see. I'll let her know you're here. He'll stand up from his desk and kind of like shakes as he does. Turns around into just a plain door in the wall behind him and kind of opens and shouts down the hall. Agent Windev, your contact is here to see you. They've brought your card. He looks back. It's a hobgoblin and friends, Triton. He'll step through the door. You hear his voice, it's like through the muffled door. It's like, you called them, right? Like, they're here for you. All right, yeah, no. All right, sure. Yeah, I'll let them in.
So as soon as he goes to the other side of the door, Burberry like leans over to Lauren and goes, "You know, you think for being such a nice place, he'd be able to afford glasses that fit his face."
I'm farsighted.
No, that's why I waited till he shut the door.
But now we know.
I have excellent hearing to compensate. Yes, Mrs. Windev will see you now. He'll step aside and let you guys through the door. And standing in a long hallway, sort of lined with these glass-walled offices, sort of approaching that door, you will see Barnaby. You recognize this woman, an elvish woman in a plain black suit, very sleek, unadorned, approaching you all. He says, "Good to see you all. I was afraid you wouldn't show up. If you'll please follow me. My superior will be with us shortly." And she will turn and lead you down the hall to what looks like her office, and step inside. And it's not too dissimilar from the front room. There's just kind of the desk, some bookshelves with a number of books on each of them, but standard dormants. She'll leave you in here, head outside, and within a couple of minutes, actually, she comes back with this elvish man, who sees you all and immediately kind of lights up. He says, "Oh, good, you came. Excellent. Please, make yourselves comfortable. Window, if you grab some more chairs for us, please." Well, this is unexpected. I did not think you would be by so soon. Pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Special Agent Ciro Dotemain. I am the lead agent in charge here at the CDI's field office in Freeport.
Same.
Ciro?
Zero? Like
Ciro.
Zero? Okay, cool.
Ciro. Ciro.
Boom, nailed it.
Oh, okay. Cero.
Ciro Dotemain?
Dotemaine.
Mr. Ciro, or Mr. Dotemain, I'll be honest, we don't really have any context for what this is exactly.
Well, it's good to put names to faces, and I was hoping again to talk to you all about the events of the other nights. I have understanding that you were involved in a skirmish with the Gatewatch here in town. I was curious if you might be able to shed some light on that incident for me.
Are we in some kind of trouble?
No trouble at all. I am looking for clarification. We here at the CDI are in charge of monitoring a number of things across this great kingdom of Lythor. Our primary duty is combating organized crime, as well as the illicit trafficking of goods across our borders. So, given that the victim of I guess it wouldn't be last night, 3 nights ago now, given that the victim of that skirmish was an individual that we were aware of and we're actually keeping an eye on to an extent. I am curious exactly what it is that brought you into conflict with him, because it looks like his case is completely closed now. If you could shed some light on that for us, I would appreciate it. This Mr. Grimes that you assisted the Gatewatch taking out.
Right, well, he was chasing us, actually.
Why was he chasing you?
We stole the man that he kidnapped.
Interesting. And this man's name was
Mr. Claybrook.
Claybrook. Good. And he kind of glances over to Windove, who is writing this down as you guys talk.
For what
Just
it's
for
worth, I
follow-up,
don't
of
think
course.
he wants to be in any part of this anymore.
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm simply covering my bases here. And I do apologize for the inconvenience. I recognize that this is probably not the way you wanted to spend your weekend, but it is appreciated. So this Mr. this Mr. Grimes was chasing you because you freed a man he abducted.
Yes, we have reason to believe that he had some kind of sacrificial thing for his god. Perhaps he needed another sacrifice, and that is why Mr. Claybrook was important.
Interesting. I suppose that would explain the Watcher's interest in him then.
Yes.
What leads you to believe that he was intending to sacrifice Mr. Claybrook?
And I'll direct you to Mr. Burberry and Mr. Lauren to answer that one.
Yes.
He literally kept him right next to the sacrificial.
Yes, in the next room was a rather large pile of flaming bodies that might have been a.
Behind the blood door, right?
Yeah, the sacrificial blood. You have to give blood to get through the door.
He kind of glances over to
Windove,
Windove, who
I
is writing
love
this.
to be a good blood door, but this one was kind of an asshole.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That is most dire sounding. Where exactly was this blood door and sacrificial pit?
The Crown Peak Ruins.
And that is...
Over there. I point vaguely in the
Far
direction.
away from here. Well, to be specific, and I give like a general region.
Right, up in the mountains. Well, okay. That could be inconvenient to reach. That would definitely explain Mr. Grimes's catching Watch's attention. And you were in these ruins to free Mr. Claybrook?
Yes, hired by the CAA.
Yeah. Already writing it down, sir. Good. Interesting. So before all this, then, the Watch had no knowledge of this Mr. Grimes. No interest in him.
Not that we've
Not
heard.
that we're aware, no.
It seemed like he was working individually. He wasn't like with a group or anything. I don't know how they would have known about him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is good to know. Thank you. Did you say he was working alone?
Well, in regards to this kidnapping and sacrificing thing.
Right.
He was definitely part of a larger drug organization.
You happen to have a name.
I actually don't recall off the top of my head. What was it? Was he part of the White Cartel?
The White Cartel.
Yeah. But he was working for Theron, who was working.
Wait, weren't they? Wasn't he part of a different drug cartel that was
Yeah, I thought
absorbed
there was
by the White Cartel?
One on the East Coast, or yeah, no. Trying to remember.
The North Rim
Do you
you're
remember
looking
what?
for?
North Rim? Is that the one that Vanis was put in place by?
White Cartel was the one Vanus worked for.
Where did North Rim Cartel come from? I
I
remember.
think that was there used to be 2, and then it got like merged in the history of the cartel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like overall now it's just the white cartel.
Yes, we have reason to believe that Willem was involved with this Theron's Hold, previously owned by Vanis Theron, and then Willem wanted to overtake it, and this Vanis was put in place by the White Cartel. I'm not sure what
Previously?
Willem's...
Previously owned by Mr. Theron?
Yes.
What happened?
I think...
Who's in charge of this Theron's Hold now then?
Well, it depends how quick you are. Willem had just overthrown Vanis. There was a lot of drama going on between them, I think.
Interesting.
And now Willem is dead, and Vanis is imprisoned by Willem, and he's probably running out of food.
And this Vanis is in the same place that Mr. Claybrook was imprisoned.
Yeah.
Crown Peak Ruins.
Interesting. Well, that is very interesting, actually.
If
Truth
I
be
may
told, we
ask
have...
a question, so you are involved in engaging with these cartels then, in some kind of offensive way?
We are aware of them. We are, well, unofficially, we are almost completely confident that these organizations are involved in illicit activity. The trouble, however, is building the case, which I don't want to bore you with the details, but I assure you is a very tedious, long-term, and often fruitless endeavor. As useful as these sort of eyewitness accounts are for giving us a direction, they don't give us much more to go on as far as evidence for prosecuting this sort of group and motivating higher courts to take action. So, this is all good to know. It's more legwork for us, ultimately, what it comes down to. I, again, want to assure you that you are in no way, shape, or form in any sort of trouble or under any sort of suspicion. We recognize that these sorts of things happen, and if the Watch is involved in these sorts of killings, they tend to be for a very good reason. I will say that they, at least the ones in this city, have been, for the most part, very reputable, in my eyes at least. And not to get too involved in anything beyond their oath. So, it's good to hear that this was indeed a dangerous individual that you were apprehending, dealing with, and very enlightening that he was involved with these this sort of coup
Yeah,
maneuver.
truthfully, sir, I think you'll forgive me, but I'm pretty sure me and my associates kind of just want to wash our hands of all this at this point.
I don't doubt it.
That being
And
said,
again,
we do have an address we could give you. Something we discovered here in town. A manufacturing facility on the shore, in one of the warehouses.
we would love to take a look at that for sure. What exactly are they manufacturing in here?
Go ahead.
No, you can go first.
Oh, I was just
I
going
have
to
a
say
separate
a more potent version of this poppy tar, I think it's called.
Interesting. All right. Well, we will definitely be looking into that later this week then.
I have a question. Do you guys know a man
Germain?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Like a Mr. Germ.
Mr. Germain. No? Why do you ask?
He was the one that pretty much asked folk to investigate the place and got in his dire position.
Interesting. Well, unfortunately, no, we are not familiar with any Mr. Germains.
It was likely a fake name anyway.
In all likelihood.
Well, here's the address for that place if you wish to look into it.
Yes, thank you. He will take that eagerly. Well, this has been very enlightening. I appreciate you stopping by. Dare I ask, what are you planning to do now that your troubles with Mr. Grimes are over? I wish I could join you there. I could use one.
I believe we'll be having some exciting sightseeing in our future.
Yes,
That is
we
exciting.
wish to be outside of the city for a while, just in case anyone tries to connect any threads that tie us to anything that happened in the last 2 weeks. They will find a dead end.
That is probably wise. If Mr. Grimes does have any associates, whatever he was working on prior to his death, good idea to steer clear of the scene of the crime until you are forgotten about. Any destinations come to mind? Anywhere interesting on the docket?
To be honest, I'm not sure we should say.
Prudent. That's very prudent. Well, let me just say, if hypothetically speaking, if you were to be heading out to sea, say, uh, you guys seem like you get into a decent amount of trouble in your line of work. I imagine it would not be out of character for you to perhaps run afoul of a pirate or two in your time out on the ocean. Uh, if you do, uh, we would appreciate whatever you could share about your encounters with said hypothetical pirates down the line, given that part of our job is in contending with the piracy of the waters around here. Again, hypothetically, no pressure.
It's a very specific situation, but
Well, it is a very specific sort of problem that we are contending with, and it is not one that we are particularly well equipped to deal with.
Is there any specific name we should be listening?
Specifics, honestly, anything. I wish I could give you some more direction. It's really just a general bid for intelligence on the matter. We are somewhat lacking, and the Eastern Alliance is not often keen to share with us. So, if you're willing to maybe meet again in a month or two, next time you're in town, share your story, share a couple drinks, I would be appreciative.
I think we'd be open to that should we have pertinent information.
Hypothetically, of course, if you're heading inland, piracy is hardly going to be a concern of yours. But again, if I appreciate it, thank you. Well, I don't want to take up any more time. Thank you again for stopping by. This has been very enlightening. And stay safe on your travels these coming months.
As we're leaving, I'll just whisper to Lauren and say, "Do you want to tell him about the hobgoblin?"
Oh yes. Wait. One more.
As we're walking out the door, she stops.
I'm currently working at a establishment called the Tea House place because I was looking out of context. But there is a hobgoblin dressed in like a, and he's there once a week, and he picks up a money from the owner of the bar, and he has, and
You're like cutting out really bad. I can't. I'm catching like half of what you're saying. I'm sorry.
you already know what I'm saying. You already know.
Just tell him about the hobgoblin.
All right, you tell him about the hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin and the guard name.
Goblin and Rickard.
Week pickup.
Too bad that he is not one of the pirates, else we could call him Ricard.
All right, let's go,
Please get
Burberry.
All right, that's it. We're gonna go.
Ciro looks at you somewhat blankly, then just kind of smiles and nods and says, that is potentially useful. I will see what comes up if it comes up. Well,
Let's go.
good to meet all of you. Good afternoon. I believe that Mr. Shab will show you out. And gestured in the hallway. Shab, the orc receptionist, will open the door and let you guys out. You have a lovely day now. And he'll close the door behind you. You guys are back on the street.
All right. Did Burberry want to drop off a gift, or did we already do that?
I very much would. Thank you for remembering, Noel.
All right.
Let me see what you've got there.
So heading up to the Presidium. Yeah, you guys can.
I buy.
You want to buy food for the Gatewatch? Okay, yeah, sure.
Bring them food.
That's a good idea.
How much food do you want to buy?
There's 4 of them.
The quickest way to an organization's
Oh,
fart is
5.
through their stomach.
5, because there's the kid.
Technically 5, yes.
Okay. I'll get like 5. Maybe like a dessert.
Okay, yeah. I'll say that's probably like a couple of silver.
Okay, I'm holding that. I'm holding down. Set a cup.
Do what?
Nothing.
Cutting
Before
out.
you change your mind.
You're cutting out so bad I can't hear
I
what you're
don't
saying.
know why.
This was our lives before we got you that headset plant, by the way.
Was it
This
really
is
that
about
bad?
how much we heard of Johnny.
Hello. How about now?
That's
Up.
quieter still.
Hello, lovely.
That
Better.
That was a little better.
I am
Like half the
literally
words.
yelling right now.
Good. That's better. That's much better. So, what were you doing with the food? You said,
I want to buy them 5 portions of food
gotcha,
and like a cake to go with.
and a cake.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So,
We can hear you.
I'll say it's gonna be like say like 5 silver for the meals and then another silver for the cake. So 6 silver total. And silver to a gold. Okay, so stocking up on food, heading to the Presidium. Approaching the fortress, you will see in the sand dunes, sort of out front of the fortress gates.
Gerald.
It's not. It's a big pile of wood, actually.
His name is Larold.
The wood's name is Larold. He says, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Presidium."
I burn Larold.
This campaign's taking some weird directions, but
You burn him. No, it's just a big pile of wood. It looks to be like a kind of really lazy platform, almost. Like it's not lashed together or anything. It's just piled up.
they did say they were
Outside
going
the
to burn
Presidium.
him, I think, so...
Yeah. And yeah, so heading to the gate. Eventually, there was an answer. Secundo is there, and he says, "Oh, hey, it's been a few. You guys doing okay? You all right?"
I think so.
Chi-chi.
We're kind of here.
Yes. I had a delivery, if that is acceptable.
Yeah, no, come on in, guys.
I brought food.
He'll like kind of clap you guys on the shoulder as you walk by. To be honest, I was a little worried when you guys didn't come by sooner. After everything went down. It's good to see you all. So what's up?
Brought
Oh,
We have food,
oh, for us.
and
Oh,
we have a
thank you.
delivery, as Burberry said.
I hold up the stuffed animals.
There's like a second where Secundo's eyes kind of like go wide and a little bit of the color drains out of his face. Uh, uh, we might be a little old for toys.
Well, I'm sure that you have a son or a daughter that would enjoy them. I saw them in town and thought that I'd share.
Um,
And you're also a little old for cotton candy, so...
yes. Well, I suppose you can never be too old for cotton candy or toys, can you? He'll just very kind of nervously take them out of your hands. Um, well, if you want to come in, I can call Sergeant Aaron. The marshal's upstairs in his study working right now, but I'm sure Aaron would love to say hi. Rainer's around here too somewhere. If you want to set up in the
Sure.
grand hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go put these up and I'll get them. Okay.
I'm gonna lay out the and I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on and I'm gonna smack his hand away. He tries to
No
I'm
touchy
just gonna
Burberry.
lean it over Noel and say, should I be concerned, do you think?
I don't think so.
So you guys are kind of setting up in the Great Hall. Secundo's gone, and after probably 10 minutes or so, Rainer will come through the doors, be like, "Holy shit, guys! Fucking kill him, man! And throw us a party afterwards. We gotta do this more often. Good to see ya." He'll fucking like he'll just go straight for a hug of Lauren and the rest of you guys, like clapping on the shoulders, like real jovial, real like great mood.
Wait, did Rainer give me a hug? Is that what you just said?
He did, yeah. He just hugged you.
Yes. We're making progress to friends again.
And he'll just kind of sit down in front of all the food, be like, "Damn, you guys really went all out."
You can thank Lauren, actually. She was the one who thought of it.
Oh,
hey.
100%.
Yeah, it's a good mention. Thank you a lot.
And paid for it.
Yeah, damn. No, you guys holding up okay? Everything good on your end?
I think so.
I imagine you're getting too much of a shakedown from the sheriff or anything.
Yeah, we've basically
Yeah.
just been talking to people for 2 days straight.
Oh shit. My bad.
It's fine.
I thought y'all were in the clear. No, I mean it's been basically the same over here. Like sheriff's been in and out. We've had Conclave coming in, fucking talking to the body. It's been super morbid.
I was actually very...
Wait, talking to the body?
Oh yeah, no, they had a priest come by and they're like, "Hey, what was your name?" And he's all like, "Fuck you."
I was actually very curious. The sheriff briefly mentioned that. What, if anything, came to light from that?
Oh, not much. He's not really being super cooperative, so I think we're probably just gonna burn him in the next couple days here. Like, they wanted to interrogate him, but it's been like 3 days and we haven't gotten much out of him beyond just like, fuck you, go fuck yourself. I'm taking my secrets with me. Like, why would I tell you all this shit? It's just like, this is a waste of time.
That does seem very apropos for him.
Yeah, so I'm sure the sheriff will sign off on it in a couple days here and we can just fucking get rid of that guy. We've got him down in the basement if you want to go look.
I'm good.
I think I'm good. Some
That's
people
fair.
I
He's
don't want
starting
to
to
see with their
stink,
heads
truth be
on
told.
their body, not to mention off.
It's pretty gross. He's like all pale and clammy now.
What is the
Like
holdup? Why did you not burn him? I guess if you still want to interrogate, couldn't you just keep?
Well, every time this kind of thing happens in town, there's always a whole, the watch is killing people in the streets again. Oh no, who was he? Should we do anything? Like, sheriff's freaking out. Eyes are up his ass.
Being stupid. Hearing.
Yeah, it's bureaucratic bullshit. Like, we're doing our jobs. We're not fucking around over here, and we're just kind of waiting for them to sign off and be like, yeah, okay, fine, you can burn him. Whatever.
I'm gonna pull out a bottle of absinthe. We haven't drank enough.
How much is in that bottle?
Well,
It's probably like half full at this point.
Yeah, I've just been taking swigs every once in a while. It's not like I'm
Okay.
like pounding it
Fair
down.
enough. I feel like you say pull out the bottle of absinthe every session. It's like,
I'll
how
get
much
some shot
absinthe have we
glasses.
gone through at this point?
I'll get some glasses.
Bring some stronger shit. we didn't drink after.
Here, I got like a bottle back in my room. I'll be right back. He'll fucking run off and come back with some shot glasses and another bottle of like whiskey. It looks like.
Dope.
Eventually.
I'm gonna be partying with Rainer.
Cool. Yeah, you and Rainer can pour shots. Eventually, Secundo will come back with Sergeant Aaron, who is... Oh, shit. Burberry's getting drinks.
Burberry, let's go! Shot for shot, let's go!
Yeah, it is. It's literally just like throwing it in my face.
This is a very morbid party. Just want to throw it out there. There's literally a dead man in the basement.
He's a piece of shit. We don't... It's fine.
I ripped
I
off
mean,
his
to be
face.
fair, where else would you keep a dead man?
So Aaron and Secundo come back in. Eventually, they'll see you guys like pounding shots, and Aaron will be like, "Glad you're feeling well."
Would you like one?
I'm good, thank you.
And I'll just shoot it down.
This definitely went in a direction I was not expecting.
I was not expecting to see this either when I came up. Neither was I. Secundo will say very
Did you
sheepishly.
receive the toys, Miss Ozek?
Toys. Right, yes, toys. Secundo mentioned that you brought him some toys. Yes, thank you for those.
Burberry thinks you would know what to do with those.
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. Are we just not? Are we ignoring the thing? Is that a thing that we should just
They seem
ignore?
like they want to.
What thing? Secundo will say very nervously.
Insight check.
Nothing. There's nothing, Burberry.
Give me an insight check.
Surprisingly good. 23.
Secundo looks nervous as fuck. He's super pale and sweaty. Aaron is just standing there like completely,
Fully armored.
yeah, fully armored and expressionless as always.
I'm be like, Secundo, come here. You need one of these.
No, that's okay.
I mean, obviously, Secundo's cotton candy eating issue is something that he needs to come to terms with.
Oh, has that been you this whole time? I thought that was... Excuse me.
The big reveal.
Nah,
Oh, did you draw that picture?
No, it's fine. He's probably in some sort of drunken stupor. I completely
they
understand.
clearly know, dude. You can just fucking say it. Like, it's not a secret.
But
Fine.
clearly, your eating habits really need to be addressed. At least tell me you're brushing your teeth.
Okay, look, Yes. Okay. I'm sorry I'm being weird about this. It's my sister, and I don't want her, like, wandering around. She's not supposed to be really wandering around down on the ground floor.
Well, to be fair, that part was not on the ground floor, so that one's not on her. I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to make sure that like I'm not.
No. It's as he's kind of coming out of this, like you definitely see like the tension start to release, and he just completely just fucking slumps back almost in his chair. She's supposed to be keeping a low profile. You've seen the eyes and the sheriff and everyone there. Very. Oh, the watch. I feel like there's already rumors that they're keeping a little girl in the castle, so it's kind of a weird thing to be. I mean, it is kind of weird. She's staying here, right?
This is Secundo's sister, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, this is a fairly safe building.
I think it's probably one of the safest places
Yeah, I wouldn't mind staying here.
in Freeport.
I think, Secunda, they are perhaps a little desensitized to the general climate in town regarding our occupation.
I mean, we just murdered a man in an alley after he chased us halfway across an area. It's not necessarily weird anymore.
No, just like, and I'm sorry. I'm just so used to keeping it a secret. It's weird to talk about it openly like this with outsiders.
Well,
She didn't do anything, did she? She was just.
Oh heavens, no.
being adorable.
Yes. Very much. Not that we actually saw her any.
Well,
Right. He does have kind of a almost sad smile as he chuckles at that.
look, you don't have to
That's,
tell us anything you don't want to. We just
No, it.
thought it'd
And
be...
naturally, we'll keep whatever you do decide to tell us under our proverbial and literal hats.
Yeah, we're not going to be in town for a while anyway, so...
Oh, that's right. You guys are leaving town. When are you heading out?
It depends when Gerald gets back.
I'm
I look at Lauren.
Rainer chokes on his shot immediately. Like,
Yeah, we're both just in there, like, just looking on our alcohol.
he like makes eye contact with you, and then it very pointedly looks away. So,
And then I'm just gonna
Oh,
pour
Lord,
another
there's
one.
no need to be shy. After all, you are my personal OTP.
It's
holy cow!
that was really blunt.
I was just telling them when we're leaving.
Well, he
Okay.
should be back in a couple of weeks here. I mean, looking into the pain shouldn't take too long, right?
Did he find it? Oh, you didn't hear
We
from
haven't
him.
heard back. Just, there and back. It's about 4 weeks total.
For some reason, I'd
However
assumed
long.
you sent him to go collect a pain. You just wanted to look at it?
Aaron will speak up at this point. It's like, no, we received word that there was a potential candidate for a pain in Tracer being circulated around the market there. So, fully expecting this to be a dead end. We need to follow up on that anyways.
Sound like someone just took a number 2 in the pants.
Sorry,
Yeah, you good there, Lauren? You good?
You crushed a water bottle.
Yeah, that's just the sound.
It just keeps
Who
going.
does in the corner just opening a loud bag of chips?
Sorry.
Yeah, Rainer will chime in here, and I'll be like, yeah, he's kind of like the only one around here, aside from my brother, who's really qualified to be fucking running around doing shit like that. So, if he's on Durin, he's out in the Isles right now, actually. I don't know when he's coming back.
Durin? How do you spell it?
And do you know what island?
Probably Lander, if I had to guess. They've had kind of a demon problem ever since the last incursion.
Alright, well, we might avoid that one.
I mean, it's a great place to live. There's just, in the woods and like underground and shit. You got some fucking stragglers that multiply and
What was the island
yeah.
called, sir?
Laindor, Laindor,
And his brother's name is Durin.
Uran.
Okay.
Yeah, Holborn was kind of ground zero for the last incursion, so there's definitely still a presence out there, and he does what he can to help our brothers on the island out as much as he can.
That's good to know.
But yeah, he doesn't stay away from home for too long, most of the time. Hope he'd come back for high harvest, but you know, if you can't make it, it's no big deal.
Yeah,
Kind of throws a shot back.
out of curiosity, how has Gideon learned anything about the dagger? I don't expect you to share anything. I assume that's trade secrets at this point, but just out of
I think
curiosity, is it still being
I think
investigated, or is it all the secrets been uncovered?
Well, I would say at this point you're probably as deep in this Grimes case as we are. There's no need to keep secrets on that front. He is he's been studying it. It's strange. He mentioned the night that Willem died, the Dagger reacted almost. Seems that it sort of
It
sensed
sent
its connection to him
like a
break.
wave? That was what we experienced.
Something like that. There was a disturbance. He said he was not very specific, but he rarely is. But he did mention that the dagger had been different since Grimes's death. There was a sort of hunger emanating from it.
I can give it some gumbo.
I don't think it's quite that sort of hunger. He is still toying with it, I guess you could say, trying to see what more he can divine from it. But I'm of the mind that the dagger is not as complicated as he makes it out to be. I think it's a little more than a conduit to something darker.
This is just a personal curiosity, but is there a way to remove a curse from a dagger like that? Trust me, I don't want any part of it. I'm just genuinely curious if that's something you've ever even looked into or tried with any of these cursed artifacts.
My brother says if you gotta break curses, you usually gotta take them back to the place they were made to like fucking like throw it the fire and like unmake it and shit. It's like a whole fucking thing.
Sounds like a fantastical story.
Yeah, no, I would assume he knows what he's talking about. Like he's been doing this for decades. But I've never broken a curse myself personally. I mean, Durin's not wrong often with this sort of item. Breaking the curse requires a certain location be visited and a ritual of exorcism be performed in order to break its connection to its original point of creation.
So I take it that conventional curse removal magics don't really work for things as powerful as what you deal with.
You can subdue it for a time, but with something like the dagger, breaking it entirely would require a little more work than what's the father of the conclave could muster.
I see. And do you know what happens to the people who were cursed if you do break it? I am just curious.
That we have been unable to figure out.
I'm just curious if Willem was partially a victim here. Trust me, I don't have much sympathy for him. obviously he very much wanted to be a part of whatever this thing was, but it does make
It's
me
possible.
wonder that if the curse was broken, if he would have realized what was going on.
From my very, very brief observation of this man, and from everything that you told me of him, I can't help but feel like he would seek it out again in a heartbeat if he had the opportunity.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
This is true.
Maybe
With any
could
luck, we'll be
ask
able to
if he
burn him in a
probably
couple of
tell us
days.
to fuck off again.
Well, I think you brought food. I will see if Gideon is hungry. He may be willing to join us. Excuse me. She will stand up, and she will actually pick up a plate and take it with her as she leaves. And Rainer and Secundo are still there, chilling. Rainer's throwing back the shots. Secundo is just kind of here. And say 10, 15 minutes later, Aaron and Gideon will come back downstairs. And Gideon will kind of nod to you all, saying, "Good to see you all well. Hear that you have brought food."
We knew he could get you
And
downstairs.
So it would seem. He will, without another word, take his seat and just kind of gesture for everyone. And immediately, Rainer and Secundo are just going to fucking dig in. So, is there anything else you guys want to cover while you guys enjoy a shared meal with the Gatewatch here?
I'm good. That's all my questions.
I want to ask Kundo's sister's name.
Susanna.
Susanna. Susanna. Thank you.
You have met then?
Not at all.
Gideon will just kind of look pointedly at Secundo, who's just like, I didn't know.
No, we thought it'd be a very funny prank to switch out one of your torches with some cotton candy and see if it was there when we got back. It wasn't, so we swapped it out again, and it also disappeared, and, you know.
It was a very scientific process.
I was wondering where those came from. For the record, Susanna is somewhat volatile. For the time being, it is best that she not be visited by anyone outside the watch.
Well, that's why we did that very hilarious, mind you, but dance at the beginning there, I believe. And that's why I asked if it was okay for me to ask, because I know the nature of the stuff that you guys deal with is very, very cool, but also very, very dangerous.
For what it's worth, Gideon, Aaron will chime in. It's like, I think after this past week, they might be safe enough to trust with this sort of thing. It's possible. Speaking of which, actually, I am curious. We briefly discussed the possibility of you joining the Watch last we spoke. Have you given that matter any further thought?
I would like to, but to do something. I can't.
Do what?
I have to do my thing first. I have to kill the monster that destroyed my village. Can make that
Fair.
commitment.
Fair enough.
I got shit to deal with first.
We are suddenly a very busy bunch.
Well, currently in my situation, I have one passion in this world, and that happens to not quite coincide with yours. Granted, I do agree with the principles of, no, that's not correct.
I do agree with murder.
Wait,
No.
I do also love murder.
But while I agree that borderline dangerous things, it's important to deal with them in a safe and controlled manner. Sometimes the gods aren't quite so cut and dry.
No, they are not. And that is a fair enough answer as well. I have no desire to pressure any of you on this. I was simply curious where your minds were on the matter.
Well, and as I said last time, if you want to do like outsourcing gig where we go on and off help you, I'm perfectly happy to that kind of arrangement. Just full life commitment of black and white is not quite how I roll, you know.
It's funny coming from a brother of the cloth.
The
That was a
cloth-
joke.
Oh,
That was a
oh,
joke.
I'll be over
Bravo!
That was a joke. I think they got it,
I
Gideon.
wasn't expecting it from you. I'm so proud.
I saw an opportunity.
And you took it. Do it again.
That's pretty dope, boss. I'll be honest. Gideon will continue at that point. Be that as it may, I don't disagree that this continued friendship is not a bad thing at all. I think I would welcome it, as would the rest of us here. Which is why I would like to bequeath these unto you. And he says
So
very
formal.
awkwardly, yeah, with the awkward formality, he kind of reaches into his robe and pulls out a handful of sort of clinking medallions that he kind of passes out to each of you.
I'll be like, I'll just kind of be like awkward.
I am aware.
Oh, okay.
There are 4.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But he passes it to the other 4, and he says, these will mark you as friends of the watch. Should you need it, you have them at your disposal.
Sweet.
Oh, actually, that reminds me, I have a thing for you guys too. Hold up. And Rainer's like clinking around in his pockets. And he will pull out a satchel and slap it down on the table. I pulled this off of Willem before the cops got there.
You sneaky bastard.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
right,
had
you
a,
sneaky bastard.
yeah, you know how civil forfeiture works, so I figured, fuck them, this is ours. You guys want half?
Yes.
I figured it's like fair, you know. We kind of need some of it, but like you guys deserve some. Here, look, all right, here's what we got. And he'll turn the satchel over, and a bunch of coins are going to come out, as well as a small rock and a leather vial case. Like a little leather cylinder with a cap on it.
What are they?
Yeah, what are those?
I would
This
like
I don't
to
fucking know.
take the rock.
He picks up the rock, and it's just like a rock with like one smooth face, and it looks like there's like etching on it.
I'd like to cast the identify spell as ritual.
All right, you cast identify, and 10 minutes later realize the rock is not magical.
It's a rock.
It is a rock.
I love it. It's mine now.
Well, perhaps it's
I don't know. This was in his pocket. It wasn't in the wallet, but I figured, you know, we might as well take it.
How much gold? While Burberry's doing that, how much gold is that?
The money comes to 60 gold pieces and 9 platinum pieces.
So, cut in half and then divide half by 5.
So cut in half,
So
that's
that'd be
150.
150.
And then divided by 5, that's
30.
30?
well, I mean, could we have half?
Wait, that's what I said. Cut in half, then divide
Yeah, so that
our
becomes-
half by 5.
Yeah, 75 divided by 5
Oh.
becomes 15? Yeah, 15.
I'm okay with that.
Sure, 15 gold.
Won't
That
say
makes
no
it
to
Could have just
all-
divided 30 by 2, but no, she tried to do the math again.
That makes it all worth it.
And yeah, if you guys want these too, you're welcome to them.
I'll look at the
Can I
vials.
What the cylinder thingy?
Look at the what?
The cylinder thingy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a little leather vial case just to like protect it. You like open it and there's a glass vial with a shimmering blue liquid inside. Not too dissimilar from the liquid in the vial that Willem paid you with.
The water breathing one?
I think this is the mana potion. Does it look like
Yep.
a mana potion?
It looks exactly like the mana potion.
Does anybody want a mana potion? Or
Me or
What is a mana potion?
Burberry
actually, no, I probably don't need.
could take it.
I also don't remember what they do.
It's a first level spell slot in the bottle.
Oh, yes, I'll happily take it. That means
Yeah,
a
go for
free
it.
casting of Healing Word or... Yes.
Or other things.
Other things. Look, I
Or
have a
more
spell
healing.
book for a reason.
I just turned into a bear, so I don't think I really.
That
And
sounds like a potion of
oh,
healing with more steps.
What if it gave back rages or transformations? That'd be amazing.
That would be nice.
Potion of anger. It's just bees in a bottle.
You
What
just
if
drink a
the-
bottle
the-
of bees.
the minor level of that is just potion of minor annoyance.
Right.
And it just keeps getting stronger.
It's just a paper cut.
Wait, if you put together 3 potions of minor annoyance, do you get 1 major annoyance?
No, you get the in-laws at home.
Oh my. Remind me never to buy one of those.
Oh, we thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, I mean, fair's fair. This is kind of how we get half of our living stipend, anyways. You know, we loot the body.
Right.
It's morbid, but like that's the reality of it,
Waste not, want not.
right? Speaking of which, we really should just like sell the dude for no.
Wait,
Just
I'm gonna go over to be like,
you know,
to who?
parts. You know, like alchemists buy that shit, right?
there.
I'm just saying.
Let's smuggle the body. Let it have. I'm
Serious?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll talk later.
To be fair, Lauren has definitely had a few shots.
So, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
I'm still good.
I have gotten my bit. I am content. However, I would like another shot of whatever that is.
Absinthe whiskey.
Yeah, absinthe. Sure.
Should
Okay.
we just finish the bottle? Just go
Yes, so
I
that
feel
you
like
find
you
another
probably end
bottle.
up
So that
doing
every
it.
session from now on you can say, I opened the
Yeah,
vodka.
let's just say that this is the last. Unless I buy another bottle of absinthe, this is it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna finish it with barbarian.
All right, Burberry, Rainer, and Lauren are going to finish off the bottle of absinthe.
I'm willing to bet
Y'all
that
are
if we
nice and
bring
toasty.
a new bottle of absinthe onto that ship, it's not going to last the whole trip to the
I
island.
might
Okay,
be Barnaby.
so
Bring
Lord, I
them
have to
all.
ask. I have to ask. So, if we all drink like 4 shots, are we going to become absent-minded?
Wow.
I'm gonna die of laughter at that trip. Absolutely die.
That reminds me of Barnaby.
Yes.
Did you ever learn how to make moonshine?
My Uncle Ted knew how, but I never really dealt with that. Not after the moonshine explosion that took him out.
That's unfortunate. Could have made some moonshine.
All of Barnaby's family die in horrible hillbilly ways. I kind of love it.
He was kind of asking for it. He liked to smoke a cigar around that place.
My uncle got blown up in a moonshine accident. My pappy got eaten by a wild animal.
My
His
uncle
cousin
got
Fro-
eaten by a wild animal.
My finger got stolen by some kind of gremlin.
Oh, please tell me that there's a rival family.
His cousin probably died in a moonshine running accident.
Oh God.
Got
Anyways,
cart caught on fire.
It's really a miracle
Oh,
that
yeah,
Barnaby
That was
is
my,
Samuel.
that was
even
my
alive.
Uncle Ted.
do what?
You know, no offense, Barnaby, but I feel like we should sit down at one point and play Barnaby Bingo, where we write horrible, horrible deaths and tell them to you and see if you know someone who died that way.
You'd be surprised how many I could fill out, I bet.
All right.
At least 2.
How about a musket that misfired backwards?
No, don't got anything like that.
Dang it! Can't mark that one off.
Drowned in a swamp?
Oh yeah, got about 3 family members did that.
Yeah, I was aiming low.
Caught in bed with another family's wife.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That almost happened to my pappy. But it turns out, she actually was a friend of a friend, just staying for a friend. Nothing actually happened there.
Injured by a crocodile while drunkenly sticking their heads in its mouth.
Well, I can partially attend to that. That was my uncle Bimmy. That's how he died to a crocodile. He was trying to get his lucky fishing lure out of it. When he thought it was dead, it worked.
Tried to take a cart off a ramp.
Take a cart off a ramp?
Yes.
Yeah, like a sick jump.
Mm-hmm.
I did that.
I know.
Don't really have that around the swamps.
You don't have a ramp?
Not to be doing skateboarding with.
Oh, no. Okay, tried to do a water skiing trick and it went horribly.
Never done that.
I mean, it's basically using a ramp without the ground, right?
Yeah, fella lost his head doing that.
I feel like we just spend the whole rest of the evening playing this game. While we're with the Gatewatch.
Fair.
The problem is coming up with different ways for them to have died. Eventually, it gets harder and harder to come up with ways to die.
I'm sure it gets more
Hey,
absurd.
you'd be
than that.
surprised how many people find a way.
Eaten by boars?
Yep.
Squashed by a falling tree.
Yep.
And no.
I think by the time you guys wrap up, it's probably pretty late in the day, if not like nightfall. Gideon will have excused himself by, well before the end of this whole little party. And it's basically just going to be like you guys and the boys by the end of it. Aaron will leave pretty shortly after Gideon does. And as you guys are kind of saying your goodbyes, Secundo will kind of call out to you before you kind of totally exit the keep. He's still got like one plate of cake in his hand that he's just kind of holding on to. And he says, I meant to ask you over dinner. You guys said you were leaving town, and I never actually really got an answer about where you were headed. You think you guys will be making your way by Landor by chance?
Map that Jay drew way back when.
It's not impossible, but we don't currently have a plan to go there.
Well, I guess you're not under any obligation to. If you do, I was wondering if you could do me a small favor.
Is this Secundo?
Yeah.
I do think we're actually we're not. Landor is kind of on the way.
Where
and we
is
could
Landor?
theoretically charter another boat. It's the
Landor
island
is
before
the
Perisher?
No, Landor's the big island.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not on the way.
Oh, it's not?
We're going to
thought we
Faeril
were going-
first.
Oh, my bad. I thought we were going further out.
Well, we can, but it's not on the way.
Then sure.
We don't know how long we're going to be spending out there, so we'll keep it in mind. It's not impossible we end up on the largest island amongst them.
Right. Well, I mean that was my thing. Anyways, I was wondering if you could drop this off at the memorial in Holborn. He'll reach into his pocket and he'll pull out a couple of small gold pendants. They have an engraving of just kind of like a bright shining sun on them. They were my parents before they died. I was wanting to drop these off at the memorial as an offering once I had, gotten my title here, but it might be a while given how things are running. So,
You're sure this is not something you want to do yourself?
I would like to, but I would also like to see them honored sooner than however long that's going to take. I think it's more important that this be there,
I would not mind taking that quest.
It does sound up Barry's alley.
I would appreciate it. Thank you. He'll hand it to you.
To honor one's dead, and I applaud your. My brain's not coming. Cat's brain's not coming over the words right now because she's too sugar high.
It's definitely not the absinthe.
No, not at all.
No.
I do applaud your heartfeltness thing, being honorable to your parents. Yes, that.
Filial piety?
Thank you. Random voice in my head.
That was me. That was Secundo.
Oh, yes, that. Oh, you're not a voice. Oh, that's new. No, wait, no, it's not.
Well, thank you, Burberry. I hope you're able to get some rest tonight.
I'll make sure they get home.
Please do. Thank you again. Yeah, it's the Incursion Memorial in Holborn. There's like a whole bunch of statues, it's like a big street full of them.
What was it called?
It's the Incursion Memorial.
Wait, you wouldn't happen to know if there is a... have you ever been over there at all?
I'm from Landor.
Oh, all right. You wouldn't happen to know if there is a church to cure over there, would you?
There might be in Holborn. I lived out in the country out there. I wasn't ever really in the city much before I joined the Watch. So maybe. I mean, I know the Temple Viridia here has a shrine to him at the in their main chapel.
Well, I need to go see one of my goth cohorts to see what kind of reception there is over there.
Sure. That would be the people to ask, I suppose. Why don't you get some sleep?
In any case, we will make sure that your parents are properly honored.
I appreciate it. He'll kind of bow. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you again for everything and the cake. And you'll see him kind of head up the stairs from the front door and round the corner.
I would like to message him after he starts heading up and we start walking off, and just says, "Thank you very much for your faith in us."
The reply you get is almost unintentional in the first half, it sounds like. It's like, "Here, I saved you." Yeah, no, of course. Thank you guys for all your help. It's been nice to have friends for a change.
You are a privilege to know, and I look forward to interacting with you again.
I don't know how to respond to that. It's very flattering. Thank you.
That's it. That's the because it only gets, like I can keep talking forever, but like I only get one in the answer.
So, heading back to the keep, spending the night, getting some sleep.
I'm gonna go to my job.
Going to your work.
Oh no, you're going drug on acid.
Yep.
I'll make that money.
Yeah, you're gonna make that ass too.
Money.
Money.
Wait, does she need the thing that to make her presentable, not slutty, or are you pretty good about that right now? You do
I
have
think I've learned from our,
She's got her wardrobe situation figured out.
and I will probably.
You cut off on the second half.
But
You
that
will
could be
probably
screen.
Off screen buying clothes, getting good for work. Okay.
montage.
So, fast forwarding then. Are you guys going to take tea with the Eyes of Tyr?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really don't think we should. It feels like they're gonna fucking gotcha us or something because they were really big assholes.
I feel that, but I also feel like it's not going and talking to them.
Well, I wasn't there
It's like a
yesterday,
double-sided coin. Nothing's.
so I absolutely have no context or judging. So I'll go with whatever you guys want to do, and if you think it's better that I stay away, I have not a different plague doctor, a not me plague doctor to look into.
Fair enough. I am super hesitant.
John, Barnaby, thoughts?
I mean, stiffing them is definitely not going to make
If
them nicer.
this is during the day, John's at his apprenticeship. So
This is just a group decision. Are you guys going to go to tea in the morning or tomorrow afternoon? I guess with these people, or
I'm guessing
you
it's a
wanna-
no
Who
from
is it
John
again?
Okay.
because if it's going to coincide with his apprenticeship, then sounds like a no.
I feel like the party's leaning against this. Barnaby, do you have any input?
I was going to say, personally, I think it probably wouldn't be bad to send someone there.
Well, now we're split. God damn it.
I could send them a very
Who
nice
is it again?
letter that would offend nobody, and just say
I
that
like a letter. Let's do a letter.
I will send them a very nice, well-written, formal letter explaining that we are quite busy and we very much appreciate the offer, but we are busy in town wrapping up some other details, and perhaps a rain check.
Okay, sure. I'll say give me a persuasion check for the
Perfect.
the
Will's
expertise, the deftness of your written word.
24.
24. Beautiful. Just a
wait.
beautiful letter.
Apologies,
The
22.
The politest decline that anyone has
anyone
ever
can
read.
do that, it's Noel.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's better that they were busy. We're
a
not
great-
that great of people.
You know, we're a bunch of assholes. I can see why they do. They have like self-reflection. It's such a good letter.
Yeah, so you hand this off to a messenger and he'll fucking take off with it and deliver it to the address in the morning. The only other order of business this week then is
Gerald.
just touching base with Captain Dermond,
Yep, I was
who
gonna
said
bring
he
that
wanted
up.
to hear back from you at the end of the week.
Cool.
And Father Severin.
How much just to expedite this, how much to, like, I know he wanted to leave at the end of the week. Could we, like, hold the boat for one more week? Like, another week in a couple days, maybe?
They would need a bonus. Because they're
Yeah, I know. I'm curious how much.
So Dermond is gonna kind of be like, yeah, stopping the boat for up to 3 weeks is not great for me.
Well, it's not up to 3 weeks. We met him the first night we were here, I think.
Yeah, no, I've been in town for a week already. That's what I was telling you last time. We're on shore. I'm giving my guy shore leave right
Oh,
now.
I see.
The plan was, we'd meet up and we could take off as we're taking off. So,
All right. Well, if you cannot hold for another week, do you have any recommendations? Someone that you personally trust?
well, I mean, let me slow down here. When are you guys hoping to leave town? Because
that's the thing is,
if
it's a little...
if I'm still in the neighborhood, like there's a possibility I could swing back by Freeport. But if my deliveries take us further out, like it's going to be a while, and I can recommend you somebody else.
Okay, we are going to be leaving... Oh boy, now I'm getting confused. In a week and a half? So...
Okay.
No, sorry.
Week and a
Out of
half.
character. How many days, at the absolute minimum, until Gerald gets back?
Absolute minimum. He wrote on the 37th. He said 2 weeks out, 2 weeks back, so the 17th. is like the absolute
And
minimum.
today
As
is
soon as
the-
he'd be back, the 60th. So it will be another 17 days.
So, and we want at least a day for Lauren and Gerald to.
So let's just say 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks. We will be here, or we will want to be leaving in about 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Will you be back by then? Or within a reasonable time frame? We're not on a tight time schedule.
I could be potentially. Here's the thing. So sailing out is pretty easy, not super hard. Winds are favorable, currents aren't terrible. Getting back to Freeport once you've made it as far as like say Lane Door is not the easiest.
All right, how about this?
So
You would be our first choice. Should you be unavailable when we need to leave, who would you recommend?
fair. All right, I know a guy runs a decent operation, and he tends to sail fairly locally. He makes the run Illical, Toure, Farrell, like
Right, actually,
Just-
yes, we are going to Faro.
local islands. Okay, Farrell's good. I'm probably going to be stopping there on the way out, but you're going to be looking for a Captain Archie Gardner.
I like his name.
He's a nice guy. He's young, but he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Okay, and do you know which place he docks in and what he kind of looks like so we can find him?
Yeah, so he's got kind of frizzy red hair. He's got a glass eye. Funny for someone his age. And kind of a tall, lean fella.
Is he human? Or...
No, he's human. I'm trying to think. I think he's still wearing the tricorner. He's pretty easy to pick out in a crowd if he's wearing that thing. It's fucking excessive. But yeah, no, he's got a big hat, and yeah, his ship is the Nancy. Girl.
And would his rates
I
be
think.
comparable to yours?
Yeah, I mean when you're island hopping, most shippers tend to run a pretty reasonable rate. Actually, I did have something I wanted to give you guys. Put this together actually for this conversation. Figured it might be beneficial. He is going to drop this more or less a fucking like a timetable almost, like a shipping timetable. I'm trying to think where to put this. References?
Probably.
Yeah, put this in references. These are my best guesses on distances, routes, island to island.
Oh, it's a literal trouble.
Major ports, distances, and like I said, rough travel time. Like I said, traveling south is easy. Traveling out east is fairly easy. It's coming back and moving north, especially. That's a pain in the ass out here. It more than doubles your travel time. So if you're sticking to the upper islands and even North Landor, it's not too difficult. But if you want to head down to say what you call it, say Gosefheim, down south, or southern Landor, really. Those are gonna fucking eat up your time coming back.
Right. Well, good to know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I figured it might help. I've got a couple more for myself too now. Actually, makes this conversation a lot easier in the future.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, unless he's got other things to hand me, I
That's
think I got everything.
That's it.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you very much, and we will keep our eyes open for you when we do leave.
Here's hoping we cross paths again in the future.
Best of luck to you.
And you safe travels. He'll say goodbye.
Cool. Box
Yeah.
check.
So for the next 2 weeks,
I think
I would
Cat
like
had
to
one
find
thing.
Anything-
That's
okay.
I want basically I want to talk to is it Faza? It's a good Faza, to see what kind of conclave stuff is going on around the area that I'm planning on going for the memorial.
Talk to who?
Father Severin.
Oh, Severin.
Yeah, the odd duck.
Right. Yeah. Okay. The Gothies. Sure. So I guess starting at the Temple of Viridia, you could ask, was it Sister Bellathil?
I'm sorry to cause you another headache today, but I happen to be looking for a causer of headaches.
Boldenil, excuse me. No, of course. Welcome back. What can I do for you, brother?
To be honest, I was looking for Father Severin. Lots of black, lots of silver. Slightly
No,
Italian.
I recall Severin very clearly. Yes. His consort Siglus. They are still in town, I believe. They
Or
said
actually,
they.
I suppose I could ask you. I was thinking about heading towards the memoriam in Landor, and I wasn't sure if we had a branch over there.
Oh yes, no, we do have temples in Landor, of course. Are you mean the incursion memorial in Holborn?
Yes.
Yes, we definitely definitely maintain a temple in Holborn. Conclave was very very heavily involved in the reconstruction over there.
Excellent. All right. Yeah. No, I was going to be heading down that way, and I wasn't sure what I was looking forwards towards.
Yes, rest assured, you will find open arms there. Our temple is very very active in Holborn, and I cannot recall off the top of my head right now who is in charge at the moment, but I can ask around for you and find out and get back to you if you'd like.
Only if it's not too much of a bother. You needn't go out of your way. I will be going either way, after all.
Will you be in town long?
I believe another 2 weeks.
Not a problem then. I'm sure I can get you an answer before then.
Thank you very kindly. Has the good father given you any other collisions?
Severin, you mean? Yes.
Yes.
He got his audience as requested. Seemed very content with what he heard. It was curious though. He said that he and Siglus would be staying in town to speak with one of the Watchers at the Presidium.
Oh.
Yes. Apparently, this matter concerns them in some capacity. So.
I imagine it had something to do with um, making the dead speak again.
No, actually, that was me. You heard about that then?
Oh yes. I happen to be friends with one or two of the people at the Presidium.
Interesting. Well, yes, they apparently took down a dark wizard of sorts the other night. Caused quite a stir. Uh, and Sheriff City really asked me to interrogate the corpse, as they like to do in these sorts of situations. He was not very talkative, though.
I imagine not.
You see her like tense up a lot as she fucking starts thinking about this guy. Like,
I'm
not
sorry. You
my
have to
most
go
pleasant
through that.
conversation.
Yeah, that sounds highly not fun.
No. Well, I don't expect to be getting much more out of him, so I believe they'll be disposing of that foul individual in a day or so here.
Insert joke here, but I'm not going to because no.
Don't fall for it.
I'm not doing it. Oh well then. If not that, then what of the other matter?
They did not say. They were being very coy about the whole matter, and it was very frustrating. And I won't lie to you, I'm just glad they're not hanging around here anymore.
It can be quite amusing, but I imagine they are quite grating.
I feel like there's a time and a place, and they just don't really respect that. It's just non-stop. Oh, my Dark Lord. Oh, he's so mysterious. Oh, if only you knew the things I knew. I mean, God, like, we get it. We all work here, right?
Yes.
Am I out of line for feeling that
Oh,
way?
no, not at all.
No, I
All,
don't think it's
and
too much to ask to just, a little decorum.
I feel like we talked like for the next 10 minutes just bitching about this
Just talk shit about these two. Yeah, sure.
like and like talking about because whenever he had the conversation with me, he also had like a lot of that kind of thing going on. So I feel like if he said anything that Burberry found particularly funny or particularly dramatic, he would
Mhm.
relay that.
Oh yeah, sure. And she's like, "Oh my God, of course he would say that." Uh, yeah. By the end of this conversation, I think Boldenell is probably like, "I needed that, thank you."
Oh, anytime you ever need to vent, I am always a useful ear.
So, feel free to stop by for as long as you're still in town. If you've got any um, energy left over at the end of the day, there's always petitioners around who could use some extra attention. Some
Well, I would be.
healing if you can manage.
Oh, of course, yes. I will be happy to do my small part for the next 2 weeks or so. If you
I
don't
really
mind me
appreciate it.
just poking around through your books every once in a while.
By all means, I don't think that's even remotely unfair. Please, please do. Could always use another pair of healing hands.
Yay! Well, I know what I'm going to be doing the next 2 weeks.
Boom, done. So Burberry will be part-time healer, part-time researcher, on and off
Do I find
at the Temple of
any
Viridia.
new metal stuff while I'm? Do I? Can
What
I just
what
pick up
you
some
what
stuff
you
or
looking
random
for?
down?
What you looking for?
The not so popular gods.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Give me a religion check then.
Yeah. 15.
15. Okay. Um, yeah, there's like a few records here. Some of them are duplicates of records you've read before, you know, um, copies of books from the larger conclave temples further west. But there's a couple here that you find that are new that kind of pique your interest. Um, you take note of a kind but somewhat obnoxious spirit named Harper, uh, who is apparently a being of music, um, although the particular kind uh, tended to be somewhat annoying and uh, hard to forget.
This is the song that never ends.
Sort of. Just earworms was sort of the note you see scribbled in a margin of somebody commenting, and then another commenter is like, "Yes, that it was that. God, I couldn't get it out of my head." Um, you'll also find mention of a spirit named uh, Laurentius, uh, who was not much for conversation. For the very brief contact that this father of the conclave managed to make with him. But for that brief conversation, he was cordial, if somewhat distant, and very respectfully inquired into the father's personal life, just asking about, how was his day? How was your family? Are you well? In good health? How was work? Excellent. Good to hear. Well, I'll be on my way now. Goodbye.
Oh, please tell me he's like a freaking spirit of small talk.
They were never able to get a hold of Laurentius again, and he remains a mystery to this day.
That is excellent. Thank you.
Yes. So, anything else from anybody over the next 2 weeks?
Just gonna do busking and some writing.
Let's get up. All right.
Fishing.
Fishing.
Working and buying
Working and buying clothes.
clothes. and booze.
Clothes and boots.
Just like one.
Okay.
And then just
Is Lauren's family gonna be moving over this 2-week period?
Pretty close to I'll say like on the 15th of this next month, which is
You can help them pack.
Yeah. Inanama.
We're in Inanama.
Inanama the 15th. Which is actually just before the equinox. Which is going to be a big day off and kind of a party in town, actually.
I
Oh,
hope
really?
Gerald gets back that
Yeah.
day.
We're gonna be here for a big old party. What'd you
Oh
say?
shit! Yeah,
Okay, I'm
there's
just
actually going to be
saying.
like a street festival.
Lauren's gonna be all.
Yeah.
We're still here.
So yeah, I'll say like the 15th is probably like the day that they have everything packed and are ready to go, but they'll probably stick around for the equinox and like ship out the 16th.
I feel like Saren wouldn't let them leave before.
Saren would
the
absolutely
party.
not want to leave before the street festival. Yeah. Yeah, the autumnal equinox is one of like the kind of the big four sort of special days out of the year. They like get their own day out of the week. They're not even like a weekday.
Nice.
It's just kind of counted separately from the rest of the calendar.
It's very confusing.
It's weird, but it made sense to the elves when they wrote this calendar. Back off.
No, that's fine. Do I make any money with my busking?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a check with that busk.
I rolled the same thing twice and it wasn't great. Oh, I've milked this town for all it's worth. Performance is a 13.
13. Oof. Yeah. Probably diminishing returns over the couple weeks here. Like people are eventually just like, yeah, we've heard this girl. After like the first week. But
It is
thanks to the
2 weeks
festival,
of work.
yeah, for the next festival, I think you'll probably pick up a little bit extra coin there. So that's going to be probably 15 gold total
All right,
for that period of time.
Oh, so we're sort of glossing over the festival.
If you guys want to participate in this festival, I can prep for that next week.
It depends if Gerald will be back. In my mind.
Why does it depend on Gerald?
Because it'd be like a big thing then. It's like Gerald's back, we get to hang out and go to a festival with him. I don't know.
Sure.
That sounds fun.
So okay, here's where I'm at then. He's not gonna be back in time for the festival.
Oh,
Of course not.
because he's dead.
Yeah. Gerald's just murdered. Just say it so we can just get on the island.
Can we just go on with our lives?
No, okay. Look,
Gerald's never coming
after
back.
a long day,
There was no Gerald.
of
Okay.
partying.
Who's Gerald?
It was actually Billy all along. He was just masquerading as Gerald.
Bum, bum,
Oh
bum.
my
After a long day of partying, drinking, reveling in the streets with your friend Saren and the rest of the party.
Can I invite Rainer to join? And Secundo thing. I think Rainer would like that.
Rainer would be down. And I think he's like, you're gonna make that invitation like the day before, and he's gonna be like, yeah, I'll ask. And like he shows up and meets you out front of the keep, and he's like, yeah, they said no.
That's fair. That's kind of
But he's there anyways. Yeah, so you guys will just kind of hang out and party all that day. It's just like it's lots of street food. There's a couple like parades with like, you know, live music playing, bands that are kind of like marching through the streets. Just a lot of just fucking merrymaking and chilling and enjoying like, you know, one of the high days of the year. at the end of this day, circling back to where I was, as you guys are sort of like saying your goodbyes in front of the keep, getting ready to head in for the night.
I would like to get a souvenir while I'm at the place. Nothing like food.
Just like a little, like a pendant or like a T-shirt, or what do you want to get?
I don't know.
You want to get like a local craft? You want to get like a ceramic kitten?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. You get the ceramic kitten with the horsehair sprinkled on it.
Yes. So I'm
Little
just gonna grab
turquoise
a little
stone on the back. Sure.
knick-knack. Oh my god, so grumpy.
Grumpy boy. Is he hungry? Probably.
He's so starved. We don't feed.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
So you have your ceramic kitten that you bought off of an elvish potter during this festival they're having a sale. Saying your goodbyes to Rainer in front of the keep before you guys head in for the night, and Rainer will kind of glance over your shoulder and be like, "Oh my God!" And he'll point, and behold, it is Gerald on a horse.
No fucking way!
There's fireworks in the background.
He doesn't look great.
Oh.
Gerald is kind of slumped in his saddle, unarmored, weaponless, clothes torn.
Oh, he got fucked. Oh no.
Fireworks pop and fizzle.
Yeah.
And as he grows closer, you see like there's bloodstains on his clothes. No open wounds that you can see.
I'm gonna.
But he definitely shows signs of wear. And walking beside him as he's riding, Burberry, you recognize Siglas and Severin, who seem to be in fairly decent spirits, while Gerald is looking both tired and annoyed. And as they ride up, Rainer's kind of walking past you, be like, "Hey, it's been a while." And Gerald looks up and he's like, "Oh, shit, that's right. Today was the equinox, wasn't it? Hey."
Me?
Yeah, everyone, what's up?
We're all like watching Lauren.
I'm gonna play cool. Hello.
I'm a wave in greeting to all parties involved.
Severin will nod to you. Like, Brother Burberry, good to see you again.
Father Severin, I must say, I must agree.
Our friend here, the good Sergeant Gerald, was just regaling us with the story of his most recent escapades up north,
Oh
out in
god.
Chaser.
Can't stand him.
It sounded dreadful. Gerald's like, yeah, it sucked. It sucked a lot.
I'm gonna
Do we have
ask
to do this here?
if everything's okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've been better. I'll be honest.
You're not hurt, are you?
We should
Not
maybe
anymore.
move inside.
Okay.
He'll kind of glance at the keep and be like, "You'll forgive me, but maybe walk and talk to the Presidium."
Severin, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to borrow you. I have some questions. And I'll
Please tag
pull-
along. Actually, I have business at the Presidium myself.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, good.
We'll
Yes.
then catch up, and we can catch up, and it'll be fun. And
We can all
And-
catch up.
and
This is quite exciting.
he messages Lauren and Noelle, or pretty much everyone, and goes, "And we won't murder anybody."
I will try.
So Severin will probably engage in small talk with Burberry and just kind of catch up while you guys are talking to Gerald.
He also wants to ask about the thing that the lady talked about last week.
Oh,
if
yep.
Severin's available for it.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
he's
sure.
not full.
Actually, yes, this is part of my business with the watch, actually. I have received a mission from our Dark Lord. And I was hoping that the watch could provide some ancillary intelligence on the matter, considering their most recent interests these past years. And now that Gerald's back, perhaps the great Marshal Gideon will deign to
Oh
enlighten me.
god. I'm gonna like step back from this guy.
Well,
I'm
no,
like-
you see, that's the reason I was like, let's talk to this side and they
Yeah.
can catch up. So
shit.
that way you
Yeah.
don't have to hear any of this.
Oh,
I was
he's
being nice.
you can definitely tell he's like excited, but he's also sort of stalling for time. He's like, I wanna talk to everybody about this at once. This is so juicy.
I'm gonna like kind of try to whisper to Gerald. How long it was.
Yeah, no, they were like waiting near the edge of town. I feel like they've been camping out there for like the past week, just like waiting. It's really fucking creepy.
I feel like this guy. Sorry, go
If you
ahead.
need to run, go run. Get out of here.
No, it's fine. Like
Holy
they're just
shit.
gonna fucking walk up to the gates anyways in 20 minutes. It's whatever. Fine.
Fair, fair.
How have you been?
I've
You
been
guys good?
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll fill you in. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, Severin showed me this. Came out last week. And
Oh, no.
he'll pull out a newspaper.
Oh no.
The bookend.
I was gonna ask about it, so I'm happy I don't have to.
Oh no.
Yeah, what you see in there, on the front page of last week's paper, I guess. I don't know how you guys missed it, but is a very plain-spoken headline: "Midnight street fight between Gatewatch and Dark Wizard now dead," and a lengthy article that names most of the party as well as the Watchers present at the fight: Raynor, Sparson, Secundo, Hesta, and Aaron Ozak. It also names the culprit, the Dark Wizard Willem Grimes,
Okay,
whom the Gatewatch pursued for repeated assaults with fiendish magic, attempted murder and abduction, consorting with and summoning devils, and revering fiendish artifacts.
One mention of touching a Lauren. Rude.
I know.
Y'all didn't mention that part. And after sort of summarizing, sort of the participants in this midnight brawl, the article expands with your accounts of your time with
Uh-oh.
Willem, primarily in direct quotes for the most part. Although you do make note that he definitely like embellished the description of the sacrificial chamber. Like he writes of the party entered this chamber, dwarfed by the enormous clawed visage of some dark and ancient figure,
Jesus.
ruby eyes gleaming from high overhead in the firelight.
Well,
Like
you know what?
really went ham.
Okay.
This is for the
but-
because if anybody tries to go there, they're gonna walk and go, "That's a flower. This is the wrong one."
Yeah. But aside from that, pretty accurate to what you guys told him. And for an allegedly new writer, like, pretty compelling story now that you see it down in print.
Does it
Pretty
talk
good.
about how a bear ripped off head?
Oh yeah, no, it embellishes that part, like numerous direct quotes from witnesses. It was like something out of one of them moving pictures, frozen in the air. It is the most lurid, magnificent thing I ever seen, says Bob McGurdy, 54, a local resident who saw this play out from his window. And yeah, it's a long article, but it's a quick read. It's very compelling. Probably not quite up to your standards as far as like technical skill, Noel. But you will concede by the end of it. The kid's he's got some
Pretty
talent.
good.
He's got some talent.
I feel
He
like
just
we
needs
should
some
hold on to
practice.
this just so that the next person that asks what we've been doing, we can just hand it to them.
I like that idea. Let's go get some.
This was us. We did
Wait,
this.
here, just read this.
I would
Nah,
actually
we just
like that.
start
I'm
collecting
so
them
sick
like
of
and we
talking
make a
about it.
resume out of it.
Yeah. There's a handful of other headlines on that, but that is the feature article about you guys.
Nice.
So
Guys, we made the news. We're popular.
We're famous.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys handled that problem.
Yup. Bye head.
Good riddance.
Yup.
Yeah, it definitely escalated while you were gone, but then it ended. So welcome back.
Yeah, go. Good to be back.
At least I don't have to explain to you about
Do what?
what? Nothing.
That was super quiet. I didn't hear
No, that's fine.
any of that. All right, that's fine. Kind of scratches at his torn shirt.
I'm gonna give him the little kit from the Equinox.
He'll take it. That is a tiny cat. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you weren't here to celebrate.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm kind of bummed I missed it. I was hoping to be back before this.
We can party like it's the Equinox. Ready?
Technically, it's still the night of the equinox.
You know, I wouldn't say no to a drink. Rainer will slap him on the knee. That's what I'm talking about, bud.
You
He kind of shoots Rainer a look. He's like, "Oh right, I forgot we weren't on good terms," and
Well,
he'll back off.
I'm assuming that we're at this partying. I'm gonna satchel just like bottles,
You've just stocked up.
and then I just like start pulling out. I'm like whiskey, rum.
I will take.
Absinthe.
He just grabs the first bottle you fucking hand him and boonk.
I
Oh,
hope that was not the expensive one.
that helps a lot. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's been a shit month. I gotta tell you. That could have gone better up there, up in Chaser. I got fucked over. Had my shit taken. Had my ass beat. And left out in the desert. So
Holy shit!
I had a great time in Chaser. Beautiful city. Totally worth the visit.
I'm gonna put that on my #1 places to go.
Right at the top.
Yeah,
Great
tippy
spot
top.
for it.
Tippy top.
Fucking A. You know, it still hurts. It kills me, but like it actually still kind of hurts a little bit. Like I got like a twinge of like my lower back that just has not gone away.
I will cast a healing spell on him.
You can try. I've been doing it this entire time, like every day. It's just been nothing but like all the healing I can do.
I'm still gonna try.
I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, give him
Does
that D8.
Does that include lesser restoration?
Not that one, no.
I will.
Can
Mostly
I try-
just like
Can I try and help him with his permanent ache with lesser restoration?
sure. I'll say with lesser restoration, yeah, that actually does kind of. He's like, oh shit,
So cure
kind of turns.
cure wounds won't do anything.
It felt good. Don't get me wrong. It was not. I appreciate it, but that actually made it go away. Like the ache, the deep seated not going away. I've been doing cure wounds myself. I can cure. I can do like the lay on hands thing. Oh, this voice is so hard on my throat. Holy shit. I'm at a water. Fuck.
Here's more whiskey. And
Thank
another
you.
bottle.
That'll help.
Yeah. No, I thank you. Just thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate
I
it.
don't know what we did, but all right.
Well, the
Oh,
back.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you too. No, I mean
I
it's
didn't
good
do
to see you,
anything.
Noel. No, I didn't say. I wasn't trying to say you.
I'm sorry. Plet was looking at me on the screen. On my screen, I was very confused.
I'm just looking at the Discord windows.
No, I know. I was just very confused because you were literally just looking straight at me on my screen.
You are actually quite lucky. I've been helping out the conclave these last couple of days, so all of my healing spells are very much prepped.
That was convenient.
Wait, so just to clarify, this is not the equinox, or this is
This is the night,
of
of
the
the
equinox?
This is after a day of partying and drinking and street food and souvenirs, crafts, and the like. Gerald rides up on a horse all beat up.
So like there's still partying going on?
Yeah,
I would
you
assume
guys are like
so.
walking past like, packed taverns and crowded food stalls,
Right.
slowly kind of filtering out into like the suburban ranches on the edges of town, near the Eastern Alliance military base, Port Franco. Past that, even out into the dunes that surrounds the Presidium. And eventually you guys will reach the fortress and
I was gonna say, could I
make your way
inject one
inside.
small thing into this since I assume we're
Yeah.
wrapping up here. Um, I want to without Burberry knowing. I want to buy a bouquet of flowers.
Oh,
I want them
flowers.
to match the colors of the Dragonborn plush that Burberry got.
Oh, cute. Okay, that's fair. That's
Um,
probably like a couple copper.
yeah, and then while there's like a moment while we're walking, I'll just say, Burberry, I remembered that flower you gave me, and I wanted to pay it back. And I'll just hand you the bouquet of flowers.
You hear the weirdest
Oh.
god awful noise. like it's that weird like noise that cats make whenever they're both confused and very happy.
The birds.
Like somewhere between a chirrup and a purr. Like
I will take it that means you like it.
This was extremely kind of you, Noel.
and he tries to give you one of them and then like sticks the other one in his hat.
I still have yours. And I'll take my notebook out and I'll open it up to the page where I pressed the flower that Burberry gave me.
Oh.
You will not outkind me.
Oh, I am sorry.
No,
That
I'm
wasn't
joking.
nice.
I'm joking.
Oh,
This is adorable.
I'm sorry. I just needed to get back at Cat for giving me a flower. I had to one up it.
Fair enough.
How much does a bouquet
Severus.
of custom flowers cost?
I'll say like somewhere between.
I would assume that like I saw like a thing of flowers. I just was specifically picking out the certain color I needed.
I guess it really depends on like how big is this bouquet. Like anywhere between like 7 and 15 copper.
I'll go with 10 right in the middle. Just a nice
Okay,
size
so
one.
silver.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Happy Equinox.
So rolling up to the Presidium with this entourage, Gerald and company will make their way inside. Segundo will be there at the door, and as you sort of approach the keep, Erin is kind of on her way out, being like, "Rainer, oh God, Gerald, you're back. You look like hell." Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a month. It's been shit. Let's go. Let's go inside. Also, Father Severin, Siglas, this is Sergeant Aaron Ozak.
Oh, before we get there, can I ask if Gerald?
Hungry?
Yes,
Yes, I'm starving.
I will be back, and I'm gonna go grab him. What's your favorite thing? Festival food. Hit me with it.
Oh, funnel cake.
Funnel cake. Cool. All right.
That does sound good,
I'm getting
honestly.
funnel cake. I don't know if we have funnel cakes there.
If you can find one nearby, I would fucking kill for a funnel cake.
I'll get him a funnel cake and then some actual to go.
Okay, cool. So you grab that kind of on the way to the Presidium. He's like, "Oh my God, thank you." He's fucking scarfing this thing down. Yeah. So in the Presidium, I think Gerald will fucking.
Stop it.
What's he fucking doing? Oh, he's
He's
chewing on the
playing
dragon head.
Yes.
Stop it. Gerald's horses in the stable. Gerald is heading inside. He's got everyone fucking around him. You guys are sitting down in the Great Hall.
Tenzin, stop it. I'm gonna spray water.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's.
I'm scared. Yeah. Better be scared.
Just fling water at him.
Literally.
I like actually want funnel cake now. How dare you?
let's wrap it there, just because this is going to be a scene.
I assume this is
and,
going to be long.
Yeah, this will be a conversation. So
Quick.
we will pick up in the Great Hall with the Gatewatch, the fucking Dark Brotherhood here, and the party.
Real quick. I
Yeah.
never got paid for my days.
Right.
In the first week of me working there, I hadn't gotten my actual paycheck.
You've just been getting tips. Yeah. Actually, give me a performance check just for your tips.
And 13.
13. Okay. That's rough. That's going to be 2 golden tips.
For 3 weeks?
Fine. 6 golden tips.
For
For 3 weeks.
Why do you
I
think you're
literally made
not a
6
waitress?
gold in a day.
The life of a common worker.
The novelty wears off after a while.
Okay, I'm saying that.
Your paycheck, however, is also going to add to that.
This town is sick of us, Lauren.
It's time to move on.
We need to move on.
I'm like, what?
Our
That's
time
3
is up
weeks
here in
ago.
Freeport.
Fuck Freeport, I know.
Okay. And I think it was a gold piece a day for wage. Or was it? I think it was at least 1. So we'll add 30. I'll go back and listen, and if there was any mention of more than that, I'll add to it. So 30 gold pieces for your 3 weeks working at this place.
So, in 30 days, I made
36 gold.
Well, 30 is just the base pay. I'm just saying for the tips.
Right, so in 30 days you made 36 gold. That's... Yeah.
Not terrible.
I'm just saying with the tips, because I watched
You could ride the ferry 72 times
2 or 3 gold.
if you really wanted.
Yes! Give me
Spent an
money.
entire afternoon
Day
just
jobs
sitting
are
on the
not
boat.
like a super profitable thing.
Yes.
I'm just gonna come out and say that.
That is true.
The money's in fucking dangerous shit. Not that 36 gold is bad. That's a good amount of money. But
Some
that is
reservations
your
on
pay
that.
for now. I will double check the recording and see if you were owed more, but we'll.
Oh no, I'm not
figure that
even.
out later.
I don't care about the base pay. It's just tips.
Yes. Look, you rolled a 13. I rolled the dice. They did not roll great. I'm sorry.
All right.
So, wrapping there. We have 2 orders of business to take care of here. We've got MVP for the session, and then we've got support. Does anybody have any votes for MVP?
No, we all kind of did a lot of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm
we
gonna
all
say
didn't really
Noelle
do
just
it.
because she did a lot of chatting today.
Yeah.
I'll play her down.
And she controlled the narrative, which is important.
I just wanted to get to us to, like, Gerald, basically. That was my hope.
Oh no, I meant like the news narrative.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I left that up to Noelle. I was like, Noelle, you say stuff. I agree.
If you need someone to be the face of the party, please put me out front.
Also, bonus on the apology letter to.
I think that will go over quite well.
You never got a reply, so.
They hate it.
No, they felt so bad about it they didn't want to bother us again.
Yep.